Yes, go ahead.
I am
Fuck,
busy
I don't
with
even
other
remember.
shit.
I honestly don't remember what the hell happened.
It was an info dump, and we found like robots and alien robot shit looking fuckers.
Oh, right. Buddy turned out to be a robot.
And his name is put in here. It is SBT-004 Chameleon-class model of Project Eden number 3. Also
right,
known as
Right.
Steve.
I wasn't here last week because of fucking Chinese New Year's.
So then at
Oh,
some
yeah,
point, didn't we just, like, at the end of it, it was like, okay, that's enough info dump, let's go.
Well,
Yeah.
probably should explain how all that happened, like where you guys were.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Also, what's his name? Rizzo.
He's
Yeah. So
Is
okay.
actually a
he's
mind
a brain
flayer.
hold on.
squid.
So you guys basically went to Uzviki because that was the first path you guys decided to take because the half-elf dude was like, "Hey, I know a safe place for mages," so you guys decided to go there. When you went there, it seemed like a nice town, but then it turns out the real whole quote-unquote resistance is underground, which is when you got to meet Rizzo, a masked dude. Which no, he's actually a mind flayer,
Brain squid.
and his true name is Rizzledoth.
Which we are going to continue calling him Fozzie
What?
or something.
No.
Fozzie Bear?
Anyways.
You may not, but I will.
So, Erika basically revealed information he learned on the whole Siegfried Edelnock dude from the little camcorder shit. And then while that was happening, you got I think it was Paxi who brought up the Project Eden, like asking around, and then Buddy dropped
Buddy
the plate
flinched.
rather conveniently.
Yeah.
And long conversation that's actually an interrogation where he kept denying shit before eventually Rizzo pretty much revealed his identity by saying that he did not detect a mind presence from Buddy. So it got revealed that Buddy is actually a machine from the whole Project Eden shit that you guys destroyed one. And yeah, he answered questions and shit. A lot of questions. Mostly about concerning his knowledge on the whereabouts of Zanasa, which is who he was originally tasked with finding, the mage with all about portals and shit. And from what he said, she's gone. And of course, he is not the only machine to be transported. There are a lot of others. However, he said the only one that is in his database is a constructor class, which is apparently a machine capable of mining and converting materials into basically a base and then to produce other machines. And if given a lot of resources, it can effectively create a beachhead and then create a small miniature army if left alone. And you guys don't know how long that thing's been around, but you know for a fact that it exists, and it's very dangerous because you fought one of those machines and you learned that the hunter killer, the giant fire knife thing, is not even their most dangerous threat. In fact, it's considered to be one of the lower classes.
Yeah, and the builder has only been around for like 4,000 years or so it couldn't have made very much progress.
Well, he did mention that as long as there's ample resources, so if it has to mine a while, then it could take longer. But anyways, yeah, the hunter killer, the thing that you guys at least one of you died to, but then got resurrected, his whole purpose was designed to suppress people. So in other words, it's not an actual infantry.
News of Swolbo's death was greatly exaggerated.
Anyways, so you know that thing exists, and you're basically keeping an eye out. But he decided to stay with Rizzo because, with his whole ability to shapeshift into other things, is basically, hey, I have good use of you. And the fact it's no magic, so it's not like the spell hunters are going to suspect anything. Anyways, then after that, we've also met another NPC named by Risha. Turns out she's a drow. She doesn't speak.
She's a cousin! of.
Paxi so racistly assumed. Well, she
It
ended
was
up being
not
correct.
racist.
Anyways,
It was quite racist. It was just
she
you just happened to
basically
be right.
she seemed rather nice, even though she doesn't speak. She's
One of my
basically the
friends is
eyes and
drow.
ears
It's
of
not
the
racist.
Oh no.
Anyways, she basically escorted
the
you
Whoopi
guys out
Goldberg
through another
excuse.
passage, and you guys left Uzviki, and now you guys are making your way towards Margrasia. Also, Rizzo did mention a couple of names, because the whole issue with Margrasia is something with the Underdark, and Renholf is your basically ideal location to go to, which is the capital. And he did mention 2 names for people to basically keep an eye out, and they will basically provide you with some assistance, as long as you mention his name. Now, do you guys know those guys' names?
Wait.
No.
Okay, going to Margrasia. Oh man. Hold on. Dwarf Halfling duo, Jock Redrock and Seal O'Neill.
Exactly. Jock Redrock and Seal O'Neill.
Oh my goodness, Seal O'Neill.
Yes!
And yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Now you guys are traveling with your horse, in carriage, from Uzviki. And from what your guys' knowledge is, well, you guys would have a map. Well, you do have a world map, which is right here.
Have we asked Buddy how he feels about me basically using his, like, cousin's limbs as a weapon?
No, you never have.
Let's not.
Well, he
Bring
doesn't
it up.
feel it. Remember, he doesn't feel emotion. Thank God.
Mm.
Otherwise, I feel like we'd be fucking dead by now.
So,
But he gets nervous, apparently, when people start talking about Project Eden.
so the Boomies theocracy is about as tall as the Kingdom of Shador is wide. So it took us like a week of travel to get across Shador.
But you guys are closer, though. You're like around
Yeah,
here.
we got fast-tracked to like the middle of it, busted out of prison.
So, it's not that much of a travel.
Okay. So wait,
Anyways.
Margrasia, and we're going there because it has the Underdark, and adventurers gotta adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cool.
mean, you guys didn't really have much of a reason. You also mentioned about wanting to go to Chaluta at some point as well, because it's nearby.
I have my
And
own.
because someone's homesick.
I have my own deep-seated personal reasons. But yeah,
Anyway. So,
did we actually leave, or did we just like?
you guys left.
Okay.
Were you planning on waiting till we were in Chaluta to invade someone's dreams?
I don't have that spell yet.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to worry about it until you level us up again.
Okay, not to say,
Then-
don't level you guys up.
Fucking shenanigans are going to ensue. I will become an unstoppable force of nature.
Alright, creatures that are immune to dreams and shit. Yes,
Oh,
that
don't
exact
worry.
wording.
Don't worry, he already has one planned. And that someone's not immune to dreams.
It's such an amazing, like, we went over this and we're like, there are no loopholes to this. I am perfectly safe, and they are fucked.
Concern?
Yes, concern.
I should be concerned.
Ah.
I don't like that. Okay. Anyways, so speaking of people who should be concerned, who's going to be rolling perception? while you're
Me!
traveling? Cool.
I
What
suck at
roll?
perception.
I'm great at this.
I don't know about that.
Roll, damn it. I rolled a 12 twice.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have advantage?
No.
Why
And
you
he just
roll-
accidentally rolled twice, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
uh,
Alright. You rolled a
I'm
12.
gonna get scolded for talking too loud.
Yeah, you will.
It's gonna be sick.
Wait,
Me and my best friend Amaretto don't care.
Oh.
Hello.
anyway, so you rolled a 12. So you guys are basically traveling off-road.
Oh yeah.
Wait, are you? Let me
Wait.
double check.
Oh, should we be like trying to be a little sneaky just in case, or are we just gonna murder any?
I like that second option. I don't know what you're finishing it with, but I already like it.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are a bit on a murder hobo kick, so
We're on a murder hobo kick
It's-
because we're in a bunch of religious zealots that keep calling us heretics. It's their fault.
Murder Hobo Kick is Swolbo's middle name, so
fair. Okay, so are you guys
barbarians
being
don't know any
conspicuous,
other
or are
way
you
to
traveling
solve
out in the open?
problems.
I'm sorry. What was the question, Mr. TM?
So are you guys being inconspicuous, or are you just traveling like ordinary people on the off-road area?
All
I think
right.
we
So
should. I think we should go off road.
to be honest, yeah, off road for sure. But to be honest, we've seen like we busted out of a maximum security prison, so we've seen the best that they can offer. Maybe.
Was it really that maximum? They had kind of just.
I mean, they
pencil
said it was
pushers.
their maximum security prison.
Yeah, but they say a
So.
lot of things.
Uh,
We also had a robot from the future dimension with us helping out, so
True. Yeah, we didn't just kind of clear it ourselves.
no. We're like basically gods.
Okay.
I think we
Anyways,
travel normally, normal speed.
it's okay. People who are used to hunting wizards don't know how to fight me anyway.
So.
I cast axe.
They're just like, stop him,
So, you guys
turn the
are
thing on,
roughly
stop him
about-
from casting spells.
right here. So if you want to head to the capital, you basically have to travel this direction. Or this direction. Actually, there's around more this direction, but there's a bunch of mountains in the way, which you guys can't see. Well, you can't see on the map.
Do we?
So,
I'd imagine we would have gotten a map at some point. Do we know where the hell we're going?
I imagine there was a map somewhere in the mountain of documents we obtained.
Oh, that's the point.
but, well,
Roll
no
for map.
Can I roll for map DM?
Roll map stat, which is investigation.
Oh boy.
Yes.
12.
The
12
12s
again.
have it.
You find a map of the Boomy Theocracy.
So we know we have to head east, southeast, east,
I mean,
southeast.
Yes.
Consulting with your world map, you guys are right here.
Uh huh.
So basically roughly around that direction.
Southeast.
East by southeast.
Past the town of. There was a town along the way.
Storkland. Well, you're not really going to be crossing paths with it, though.
Okay.
Anyway, so you rolled a 12 on your perception. Currently, you don't really see much here. I mean, there's some wildlife here and there, and looks like true to the, I believe it was a spell hunter's words that you guys kind of interrogated and then put in a cell. But
No, he
basically,
put himself in this cell.
anyways, it seems like the Boomy Theocracy have done a very excellent job in clearing this land of monsters and supernatural threats. Because the best you guys have seen, you've seen some exotic things, some weird plants, maybe. But mostly, all the wildlife you're seeing is just your standard animals, occasional deer, birds, squirrels, all that stuff.
Damn it.
Oh.
Fuck.
Although you did see in the distance, looks to be a hunter Although they kind of like looked at you once and then kind of just focused back on their own shit. So, not really paying much attention to you guys, and it seems to be the only source of intelligent life. Anyways, I'd say a couple hours pass. You guys would basically be...
Oh. DM, I know Grandma Snipes everybody
Oh my
was
god, forgot about that.
was telling me, she told Paxi specifically to like kind of cover up the fact that he was a tiefling. Was that only in regards to the Boomies or in Margrasia as well?
She said, seemed like she wasn't really talking about Margrasia yet, but more of the Boomies theocracy due to their aversion towards devils and demonic presences.
Yeah, okay, fuck that.
And things associated with that.
We hate this country. That's fine.
Anyway, so you guys are continuing
Okay,
to
they hate
travel
you too.
forward. You can see the trees are starting to part way a little bit, so you have a clear vision, but then there's a river. And
We're
the
still
river's
we're on the world map still.
Oh.
There you go. River.
So yeah, you have a river coming up ahead. It's about an hour/hour and a half journey before you reach it. However, to your knowledge on the map, there's no way to cross it except through Stormland, or if you go down and go completely around it.
What?
For what? I'm sorry, you lagged a bit.
We can't seal the cart and fjord the river and die of dysentery? This isn't how the game's supposed to function at all.
Do you want to do that?
No. Maybe.
Yes.
So, do you want to try and go around it? Do you want to find a way to cross the river directly? Or do you want to go up towards Storglen where there's a way to cross?
What does the horse, the spectral horse pulling our house or our cart have to say about this? What do you
So, just to confirm, we have a river that we can't cross. And how far away? Like, where are we exactly? You said right here.
You're the purple square.
And there's no way to get around it. I mean, there's a bridge in
From-
Stormland, right?
Yes, but I mean, the map doesn't show any sort of landmarks that you could probably
Okay.
cross.
Let me ask a really dumb question. How much
He's
does
going to try
our
to cast.
how much does our cart weigh? DM?
Yeah, he's going to cast fucking fly on the cart.
No, the fly says creature. So how much does
Oh.
our cart weigh?
A carriage?
Yes.
D&D lists it at 600 pounds.
Swobo, how much can you lift?
I don't
I don't like
remember
where
what
this
the
is going.
formula for that is.
Let me check.
I don't think I can lift 600 pounds.
Oh, come on.
Please.
Strength carrying capacity. Your strength score multiplied by 15. So you can carry up to 300 pounds.
Alright, I can only carry 300 pounds.
So break the cart in half and carry each half across the river.
Okay. Who's the...
We're getting places.
I'm assuming Athenia is the next strongest, but I know she's charisma based. But how strong is Athenia?
I have a 16 in strength, so that puts me at 60 pounds lighter, so 240.
Okay. So that's over our 600 pounds. And fly, when casted at higher level, can affect more than one target. Anything above third, and I cast it at fourth, so I can cast it on both Athenia and Swobo. Mr. DM. Okay, hold on. Athenia. Swobo.
Hello.
If I cast fly on the both of you, you think you could carry our cart across the river?
We can certainly try.
Trying
Mr.
to take its
DM,
strength.
can I
That's
cast fly on the two of them and carry our cart across the river?
I will expect athletics rolls for this.
Yes! For the
I'm okay
love of
with that.
God, yes!
15.
24.
You do realize you haven't even reached the river, right?
Oh, I thought we were at the
Oh,
river.
I thought you were talking about
You're-
as if we were at the river.
No, I said you're an hour to an hour and a half away.
Oh, okay. Then we'll go to the river. Then we'll do this.
Okay.
Cool. Fucking, let's do this. All right, so hour and a half's passing. The sun is starting to set. You guys arrive at the river. It's fairly big. There's not much boat traffic through here. You decide, you know what? We're gonna fucking carry the cart. So you cast fly on both Athenia and Swolbo. How long does fly last?
10 minutes.
How long does fly?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's more than enough time. You can carry the cart across in like a couple minutes. No, not even. This is like a 60-foot fly speed, right?
Well, yeah, but they're fully encumbered, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so it would take a couple minutes for you guys to basically take the cart, lift it all the way up in the air. I'm assuming, Athena, you just spelled your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's less what you have to worry about. It is the most awkward thing out there, but if any other person were to see what the hell's fucking going on, they would just see a reverse situation where instead of a cart taking people, instead people taking a cart, and they're flying through the air, above water. You guys managed to take the cart and place it on the other side harmlessly by some fucking miracle.
Beautiful.
It should not have worked, but D&D logic says otherwise.
I love D&D logic.
So, how does everyone else crossing?
I've got another spell slot, so Swelbo and Athenia are across. I mean, I've got
What
a...
about Akis? Can he shapeshift and then?
Yeah,
carry the rest
Akis
of
could
it?
shapeshift and just fly over there as a sparrow or
Does he?
something, so I'll
I
cast...
don't
Hey, what about the what about us?
What? Yeah, no. Paxi will slap Aryu on the back and say, you know, enjoy the trip, and off he'll go, casting fly on Aryu and himself.
Oh, okay.
Or unless you want me to do Thunder Step, and I'll just teleport you over there.
No, I missed the
what's
step
the-
there. I
what's
didn't
the
realize I didn't realize you were doing fly on me.
No, I'll cast fly on you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
Once Athenia and Swolbo and the cart are safely across, I'll break concentration on that and recast fly. But Thunder Step has a range of 90 feet? Would that have even gotten us over?
No, it would not.
Okay, yeah, fly then.
It's a well over.
It's a big river.
It's a big river.
Yeah.
So, yep, you all made it safely across. So, yeah, you are on the other side, and now it is. Well, that took no time at all. So, I'm assuming you guys can.
Paxi's gonna
Take
grab
the
the
traveler
map
home.
and put an X through Storglen and be like, nothing happened. Dylan's just like tearing a piece of paper in half. This is what I planned for this session. Oh well.
No, there are multiple options for you guys to take. You just having to take in the most immediate, abrupt, and honestly, let's work for me option. So I won't complain.
Alright.
Much.
Much.
Anyways,
That river kraken that he spent so much time on.
River Kraken.
you know the Boomy Theocracy River Kraken.
You know what? As long as it's not the Moboden Book Bandits, I'm alright with it.
I fucking swear, with how much you guys fear those things, I should probably actually implement them as a raid boss. Anyways,
You
so
gotta give
guys
us more
could-
books first, haha!
The more books you have in your possession, the higher of a chance they appear.
Yes!
But we're on the completely opposite
Wait a
side of
minute.
the fucking continent.
What if it was the Strogan, straw floor mat bandits coming after our welcome mats.
Oh no!
No.
I
No.
will protect those things with my life.
And
No
before the
one's taking those
BBEG
from
finds out
us.
that's your guy's weakness and decides to go out of their way just to do that shit. Anyways, so you guys are traveling a bit more. The sun is starting to set. Someone roll perception because you guys are now over here. And you're
I
now
haven't
arriving
rolled.
into a forest again.
I haven't rolled yet.
Go ahead.
Oh damn, that sucks. 13. Hello?
13, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Let me double
Hello.
check. So, hold on, let me double check something. Let me roll. That's variables. Okay, so 13. You are like one better compared to Paxy's roll. It is
Yay.
getting dark, and there doesn't seem to be too much out where you guys are at the moment. Seems like the idea of people crossing the river with a fucking cart is very unlikely, so you don't really see anything that may be a spell hunter.
These people
However,
have
in the
never played
distance, you do
Oregon
see
Trail.
some smoke.
Smoke, you say?
A trail of smoke.
Where can you ping on the map where the smoke is coming from?
Well, since it's within view, I'd say it's roughly right here.
Oh, like right in front of us? Like we're
Well,
gonna. It's
I mean,
literally on our way.
well, you guys are pretty close to it, and it's getting dark, so it's hard to see. So if it were any farther, you probably would not have seen it, or at least with that roll. And it seems to be smoke coming from a campfire.
Oh,
Should we go there?
I mean, campfires are usually created by sentient creatures with well intentions.
What if it's Smokey the Bear waiting for that to beat our ass?
I haven't seen that Gnomish play yet.
Surprised the fire is actually a mimic.
Hold up. They don't want that. But anyway, so we see the fire. Do we go towards it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dylan hasn't told us, but this campaign is actually just in the alternate universe of mimics, whatever it's called. That is a plane of existence.
That sounds terrible.
Alright, so you guys travel towards it. Cool. So, you guys are heading towards this campfire. That's, I mean, because it's just gonna be it's pretty obvious that it's a campfire. Simply because of the fact that the smoke is too small to be anything else, and you are experienced adventurers, you probably know what a campfire, like smoke campfire is. Oh, campfire smoke. Anyways, I can't word. Anyways, you guys get close. Are you still traveling normally, or are you guys going to be sneaky?
I can't sneak, so
I think we approach them. I think we approach them head on. You know, introduce ourselves.
assert dominance.
I don't know what sneaking is.
Has it
Yeah,
been
you do.
a
It's
half
a
an
coward's
hour?
tactic.
Has it been an hour since we crossed the river?
That is a strangely.
I'd say it's been half an hour.
It's not a short rest then.
What a strange question you would ask.
Well,
So I think we're all in agreement.
I will be useless in this fight.
Anyways,
Boy, who said it would be a fight?
I did.
Oh, shit.
depends on how you look at it. Anyways, you guys get closer to the edge of this camp, and then you can see as you are traveling through. In the distance, this camp is a decent-sized camp, 3 tents, but you can see 2 small figures huddled around a campfire. Ooh, what the fuck? Well, there's your jump scare for today.
Okay, I thought that was my headset.
No, that was Mike, I think.
Yeah, I think my thing just like there and reconnected itself.
Boy, it sure did.
Anyway,
Yeah, so you see two small figures basically huddling around a campfire. As you get closer, you can immediately tell that they are gnomes. Rather old gnomes.
Tasty.
And faint music fills the air as they're playing instruments. What do you do?
Sure, I'll get out.
You just step out.
I'm just gonna kind of stay on the outside of their camp. Kind of hands at my sides, but clearly visible. Not like up, but just visible.
I will also get out and I will greet them in Gnomish.
Say good morning, gentlemen, or not good morning, good evening, gentlemen.
Or I will greet them in, I don't know, I speak Gnomish. I should know how to greet people in Gnomish.
So, you
In the morning.
approach, and the two look at you, although they haven't really stopped playing their music. And this guy gets up, not that he's really gotten any taller, because he's a pretty short dude. Rather oldish, white beard, just like his other brethren. And he just looks up at you.
I don't think it takes much
Howdy,
looking up to
stranger.
see me, but
And he responds in common. You a traveler?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Random traveler from out of nowhere. He looks at his other buddy. See if it's innocent enough. Want to have a seat by the fire?
Sure, why not?
They seem like decent folk.
There's two
And then he
gnomes.
just
There's 2 gnomes and 4 sleeping bags. Do you know, healer gnome? What happened to the other 2?
Oh, don't mind one of the tents. We keep it for our donkey. You like sleeping in the shelter?
No,
Anyways, what brought you here?
We're on the way to Margrasia.
Oh, yes, so are we. Our Gracio's our homeland, you know.
Do I remember who in our party has the ability to detect magic?
That would be
Acres.
Akis.
Shit, he's not here. Well, never mind.
Also, Paxi, how are you presenting yourself, by the way? Do you have a hood on, or are you
Nope.
out to see plain as day?
Nope, I am bareheaded and proud of it.
Alright. This guy seems
you're
to
a
be
bear
kind
now?
of... Yeah, this guy's like treating you kind of suspiciously, innocently. Because, you know, strangers. He's not on guard whatsoever. While this guy is kind of just like staring at you, like,
So, hold on. Haha! Nope, I don't notice that fucker at all. I'm just gonna ask, are you two, from around here? The Boomies theocracy, I mean?
They
nope.
just said that they
Traveling
were heading
merchants.
home.
Traveling merchants. Oh, I see.
Yep.
So I take it you don't, care if I can do this, and I'll just, like, ignite some fire in my hand and be like, woo!
When you do that,
I just shake my
this
head.
guy just like kind of
Fuck is
stares
wrong
at
with
you,
these
not even
people?
reacting. While this guy immediately jumps to his feet, points at you, and starts going.
Hey, you know the
And
whole continent doesn't particularly like magic, right? You
then
remember
this guy goes, "Oh, don't worry about that. You know, it's kind of normal for people to produce fire in their flames, right? Right?"
I look at Swobo, what the hell is he saying, man?
Swallow, you have no fucking clue what he's saying. He's spouting gibberish.
I'm just shaking my head at why the hell would my companion do this?
Anyways, this guy is just. Hey, come on. It's kind of normal, right? You know, when some random people come out of the forest out of nowhere, you know, one of them being kind of weird skin with horns on his head and produce fire, that's normal, right? Don't mind him. He's a little paranoid.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just the devil.
I'm sorry. My preconceived notions about gnomes and their tinkering adventures and crafts and... I apologize. What are you a merchants of, exactly?
Oh, we sell shiny rocks.
How gnomish.
Aru pops out from the open when he
I'm
heard
gonna-
shiny objects.
You know, it's kind of thing that Storkland likes. We go there all the time. We trade them some shiny rocks, and they give us alcohol.
In Gnomish, I would like to explain to these people, don't worry, my traveling companions are all crazy, but, you know, they're harmless.
Really? Everyone's
we're
crazy.
not.
And he just responds back in common. Oh,
Trying to make
really?
them feel better,
Everyone's
okay?
kind of crazy when you think about it. It's one crazy world we live in.
So, he says he goes to a city in the Boomies to trade shiny rocks for alcohol.
And fish. We don't get much fish in Magrasia, unless you live by the sea, and we don't live in the sea.
Oh, he's from Margrasia.
Yeah, they said that.
Right, missed that part.
And you produce fire, and guess where we're going?
Yeah,
is do I know, is Margrasia one of the countries that give a damn about magic?
You're not too sure. You asked some people, but they didn't really have a definite
isn't that
answer.
pretty much the whole continent?
Some are iffy, some are like meh. So, one of you, are you both from Margrasia?
Yep, we are brothers.
So, you have dissimilar reactions to my display of the arcane. Does Margrasia care about magic arcane users? Specifically arcane.
That was arcane. I thought it was something you could just do.
No, definitely arcane.
Well, and then his brother speaks up. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, he has a point.
What?
Sure. Translate, please?
Oh, yeah,
Also-
sorry. I forgot. My brother doesn't quite speak in a way that the other people understand. Something about higher minds or something. Anyways, for what he says is Margrasia's kind of fine with magic. No, kind of fine. Depends on the towns, but as long as you don't cause trouble, you should be fine.
Okay, nothing against the law to simply be a practitioner of the arcane.
Nope, just don't cast spell on people against their consent.
Makes perfect sense.
No. Stuff like mind control and stuff like that, too. Not doing good.
Mike!
And necromancy.
Mike, for the love of
Oh.
God!
How would you feel
What?
about gnomes where other gnomes
Wait,
from
you're making a
armor
noise again?
cast
You're
necromancy?
making a noise again?
Jesus, that's loud.
Yeah.
Repeat question.
Go ahead.
I don't actually want to ask him this. I was jokingly saying,
Oh.
how would he feel about gnomes who wear other gnomes for armor and cast necromancy? I don't actually want to.
My headcanon is a healer gnome just got executed.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, that's right, Swolbo is a gnome. Where
No,
was
I'm
Healer?
half-
He's a halfling. Racist.
I'm a halfling, but I
racist.
do speak gnomish.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your two names.
Oh, you did, because we didn't say him.
That makes perfect sense, actually.
Anyways, I am Romeo-mo. Romeo-mo Bootstrap. And, oh yeah, and this is Robo Bootstrap.
I
Robo?
noticed I haven't had much interaction with gnomish culture, but I did meet a gentleman who came from a village where each of their names belied their occupation. He was known as Healer Gnome, and he made mention of several others. There was like Cobbler Gnome and Shopkeeper Gnome.
They kind of just look at you, and then the other guy goes,
I noticeably raise my eyebrows, referring to him as a gentleman.
and then the guy Romo turns to you, Paxi, and goes,
I look expectantly to his common speaking kin.
he just like looks at you, blinks. Oh, yeah, not common practice. In fact, we kind of leave those towns out of nowhere. They're kind of, what would you call it? Yeah, they're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Aha, so this is,
His words. Anyways, we don't really have much to do with them. They're kind of weird in their culture.
I'm
But
assuming
again,
we
I
also
shouldn't judge.
noticed that these gnomes are like triple the size of Healer Gnome.
They're small by people standards, but by healer gnome standards, they are giants.
Yeah, because Healer Gnome was like a foot tall.
And these guys are about 3 feet.
so is
Yeah.
this
Well, a little under 3 feet.
so is this more of a archaic practice of naming schemes?
I remember how tall.
Romo
I
just
am.
shrugs.
Oh, I'm 2'10",
And
so
then
they're basically my height.
Romeo just also shrugs. Kind of depends. I mean, wherever you go around the world, people have different ways to do things. Not everyone's the same, right?
Fantastic. I suppose so. Anyway,
Anyways, did you say you're heading to Margratia?
we are. We don't have. I mean, we're adventurers, and adventurers gotta adventure. But
Of course.
we were specifically looking for. Well, you seem to be a purveyor of fine alcohols. We were looking for something called Spider Bite. We hear it's hard to come by.
Yeah, not really something you kind of find around here. That is drow stuff.
That it is. I suppose you don't have any other information on it than that.
I mean, if you want to go to the Underdark, I'm sure you can walk right into their city. I'm sure they'll trade. Well, I guess the enslavement is also part of the deal, but
I like that.
We are not a fan of enslavement, actually.
yeah, I like free will as
Not-
well.
I'm not an Oath of the Conqueror paladin.
Anyways, so is that the whole reason why you go to Margratia? Because honestly, you could just pick any other space and just dig down. You'll find the Underdark.
Well,
Dip.
we hear
Well, if you
it's
like.
specialty to Margratia, but since you
Oh, no,
say,
definitely not.
have you? Are you on the way back? Did you already trade for alcohol here?
Oh, we're already on our way back.
What?
Hey, you did not listen to the beginning of this conversation at all.
I did not. What sort of alcohol do you? Do you have any sort of like special rare alcohols from the Boomies?
He just strokes his beard. Well, not really anything special. Unless, of course, you're a big fan of their autumn blends.
I look at Swelbo and Athenia. Do you Oktoberfest? Question mark.
Never heard of it.
No, this
Same.
is Athenia and Swelbo. Do you like autumn blend alcohols?
I like alcohols.
We can do a little trading if you want. However, keep in mind, most of this is for our town. We can well, depending on what you have to offer, we can offer you like a bottle or two.
I am broke.
Same. That's fine. We deal in shiny rocks.
Wait,
We-
so what kind of alcohol do
Would
they
you
have?
consider a gold piece to be a shiny rock?
Dip-a-dip. Dip-a-dip-dip. Yeah, gold pieces are worth a lot. Dip-a-dip-dip-dip.
They
Well,
are rocks and they are shiny.
platinum pieces are also nice. Dip-a-dip-dip. Dip-a-dip-dip-dip. Dip-a-dip-dip.
What
Makes sense. Makes
are
sense.
you just talking about general gems, or is there something other that we should be interested in when you talk about shiny rocks?
Oh, no, not at all. We are talking gems. I forget, that's what you people call them.
Okay, nothing too
You
spectacular.
see. We come from Gucci, which primarily deals in shiny rocks because we have an abundance of them.
They come from where?
They come with
Gucci.
Gucci.
Gucci. It is a small town in Margracia.
Oh right, I have a cousin that comes from the town of Klein, Calvin Klein.
Oh, I was thinking CO. Okay. I gotta get my mind out of the gutter. Anyways,
Well,
People from this town describe themselves as Gucci gang.
No, that is a local group of ruffians. We don't talk about them.
Oh. Heard a song about them.
the town of Gucci, huh? All right.
Gucci.
which bard played that song?
I
keep
don't
it.
remember.
We'll keep an
Oh,
eye
do you
out.
not know about Margracia? Oh, wait, you're travelers. You don't know anything. How about this? In exchange for one of our bottle of alcohols, we give you a map. Oh, yeah, I guess that's not really something they're offering. All right, how about this? Give us something that we would like, and we will give you a bottle, 2 bottles of our good alcohol that we just
So-
got, as well as a map.
So they don't want money?
They're just looking to trade something.
Let's see. You want some paperwork?
I mean, they
You
said
can see
they considered gold
Ron
pieces
pulls out
to
a pair
be
of
shiny
spectacles and
rocks.
put them on his
So
head.
Wait, so they want paperwork?
I mean, the guy speaking gibberish just put on a pair of spectacles.
Wait,
I hand him a stack.
He looks at it, he takes the stack, and he starts sifting through everything. And after he starts looking through, his brows start furrowing, and then he kind of stops. Looks at you. Looks at you, down at the paper. Looks back at you. Oh, from prison! Cool! So did you guys break out of Locksoff?
perhaps.
we were.
What's it to you?
No, we pleaded our case, and were let go.
And they gave us all
They
this
just
paperwork.
Deception roll. God damn it.
We have never broken out of any prison that we were rightfully imprisoned in.
We'll go with that. story.
Currently, the gibberish guy takes a sack of paper and starts like. Yeah, he's like, all these names don't match up anything. Anyways, so you broke out of prison, so that means you're wanted by the movie Theocracy. Cool. I told you that these people more than meets the eye.
You're like
Anyways,
the
I don't
guy
know if
who
we can have like
can't speak common. Seems to be have the most brains here.
Anyways, I'm not so sure if we can get much out of this paper. But here you go. And he just takes the stack and gives it back to you, Athenia.
Okay, let me see what else I got then. Obviously no doormats.
Yeah, those are
Um,
ours.
Yeah.
Valuable.
We earned those.
What do I have?
I had something on my person called a.
Ooh, I have this neat diamond.
I had an ornamental glaive, but I don't know if I was supposed to have that, and I don't know where I got it.
I don't have anything interesting that I'd be willing
I
to
think
part
you
with.
took that from the Templar dude.
Oh yeah.
And it was the
He used magic on it to make it cool, but otherwise it was just a really pretty looking glaive.
It was lightning. It teleported around the place. Yes.
Yeah, but the glaive itself wasn't magical, it was him.
Yeah.
From the looks of it.
Shit. Now I have to keep this until I can... Wait. Does it have... Do I sense any magic power from it?
You don't know.
What the fuck? What do you mean? Arcane check!
Roll arcane.
19!
19. You detect faint traces of divine magic on it. You can tell it's divine magic because it feels distinctly different from yours.
When you say faint traces, like, is it enchanted? Or is it just like he used it with divine magic and that's what I'm smelling on it?
With your 19, I'd say that it seems like this glaive may in fact be magical, however, it seems like this magic seems to be imbued. So it is enchanted, however, you probably don't have the right magic to actually use it. AKA, it seems to be incompatible due to the fact it needs divine magic.
I have a divine ornamental glaive to trade.
Is that what you're offering?
Sure, I got nothing else to do with this thing.
So, you pull out the glaive.
I'm assuming like I talked to Morning and be like, this thing's divine. Can we use this thing? And she's like, nah, bruh. I'm like, alright.
I don't think so. I mean, not to mention you have me.
Yeah.
So, so if you offer the glaive, the two of them would look at it, look at each other. We do need another door stopper. Sure.
Just, I wouldn't show this around the boomies.
Of course not. That belongs to a Templar.
Yeah. The Templar, sure. Alright, bye.
Yeah, this would be a great conversation starter. Alright, that's a deal's a deal. He goes out into this tent, comes back out with 2 giant bottles, and he sets them right down in front of the campfire. They are just plain bottles. But you can see there's a dark liquid inside each of them.
Are we talking like wine bottles or like big, thick, like apple cider bottles?
Apple cider bottles is the best way to describe it. And they are pretty tall.
Cool.
We got these in bulk discount, so you're welcome to take these too. Oh yeah! Hey Robo, can you get the map? No, the other map. We don't need that one. We already know this place by the back of our hands. And he goes into this tent, pulls out basically a scroll, and he just walks up to you, Paxi.
Thank you. What language is he speaking?
Oh, I don't know.
Great.
Our mother asks that all the time.
But you understand it.
Of course.
Great.
What's not
Well,
to understand?
I'm gonna go to sleep in my cart.
Oh, you're welcome to share the tent with our donkey. I'm sure he likes company.
We have a covered cart.
Fair enough.
And I'll
that is a
pass
different
the... Did he say 2 jugs?
Yep.
So I'll
Odd
get,
jugs.
I guess, 1 to Athenia and 1 to Swellbow.
Cool.
Nice.
Wait, do I have a flask? Does someone have a flask?
Someone
course.
did.
Oh,
I did, yeah.
Our
Why?
resident alcoholic.
yeah.
Well, I have empty flasks. Why?
Oh, by the way,
Also have
are
a
you all
flask.
hungry?
Why, yes.
Cool. Our kebab's just finished.
Sounds delicious.
And he, over the fire, you can see a couple sticks roasting with like vegetables and meat, particularly mushrooms. And he pulls a couple off. Perfect. Oh, since we have a bit more company, we might need to cook more. And he pulls out a long knife, and he goes out into this tent. Then you can start hearing slicing noises.
I want to inspect this meat and see if I can see what kind of meat it is.
Go ahead.
Is it other gnomes?
Absolutely no meat.
What do you want me to roll?
Nature? Survival?
Alright, I'll roll survival. Better of the two.
You're looking at it, kind of hard to tell what meat's what, but you have a strong suspicion that this meat is probably deer meat, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Man, I was
It's-
trying to
it's
hunt
pretty-
a
it's
deer.
It's pretty gamey. So it's probably venison, not venison.
Okay.
That is a different species.
Shut the fuck up.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like human meat or something.
Yep, I'm also looking at the mushrooms as well, because you can tell that these mushrooms seem to be edible. There's a couple ones that are a little brightly colored, but, I mean, this dude's eating them just fine, and he hasn't reacted yet. And then you can see this guy, Roma, comes out with several more kebabs in hand, as well as freshly cut meat. And he just starts laying them on top of some sticks to start cooking.
Neat. Oh. I never moved my character. Oops, I thought I
Wait,
did. Well,
is that local deer meat?
Nope! Boom meets theocracy meat.
Yeah, local.
Well,
Oh no, this guy's one of those
that's
people
what
that
I
only
mean.
wants locally grown meat.
No. Did you hunt that on your way here?
Yeah, Romo did it himself. You should see him with a knife.
You hunted a deer with nothing but a knife?
well, I meant he caught
would you need a knife?
butchering it.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god, that's barbaric.
You don't put much of a fight.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't do it with a knife. We set traps.
Oh, okay, good night. I go back dejected, hoping for some, like, gnomish tinkering technology, because I'm apparently a racist, bigoted fool.
He said he's traps.
At least you understand.
Yeah, I mean they set traps. Maybe they're setting like ingenious gnomish traps.
They didn't
Yeah,
say, like, oh
racist.
no, we use Spriggle Noggin's ingenious shock trap version Mark III. They just said trap. I'm not interested.
Why would they be specific
What
with
kind of nerds do you think you're talking about?
Yeah, these are just
you know what?
merchants.
I have a history of racial profiling that I have to work through. I'm going to bed.
All right.
God.
So, is everyone basically getting ready for bed?
Sure, after those kebabs, I'm stuffed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the gibberish spouting guy, Romo. He's currently just sitting back with his long knife that he's currently sharpening. And this guy, he's kind of just looking at the glaze that he just got. Ooh, shiny. This would do great well with our collection of shiny metals. So, anyone want to keep
Shiny
watch?
metals.
Nope, I'm asleep.
Serious. I'll keep watch. Oh,
I-
okay, you
I-
can keep first watch.
Are these two gonna be sleeping in their own tents?
Oh, once it gets late, you can see this guy would eventually go into this tent and then just retire. But this guy's staying awake.
I don't feel
Okay.
the need to keep watch. I trust my fellow short people.
I will go to sleep as well then, since I cannot.
Well, I'm
commit
sorry you feel that way.
the felonies.
So, Athenia, you're staying awake
Yep,
for the first watch. Roll
Yep.
perception.
I will.
20.
20, not natural. I was so ready to say I won't.
Anyways, so you roll a 20, not natural. So the only sounds that you can currently hear is just the sounds of a blade being sharpened And every so often, this guy would just like look at you, and then just start looking around. Looks back at you again, then continues looking around. But then, as you're kind of looking around as well, you start to notice that up ahead in this direction, there is movement. And when you start seeing that movement, you also hear the sound of the knife sharpening stop.
I'm sorry, wait. Knife sharpening from which direction?
Him.
Okay, and the movement. I'm sorry, I misunderstood, I guess. So you said he was knife sharpening and movement from the north?
He was sharpening his knife for most of the night, but then the moment you saw movement over here, he stopped sharpening his knife.
Well, I'm going to wake up our companions because it's important. Hey, wake the fuck up! Swolvo, you might get to fight something.
Oh, now I'm awake.
Real shit. Woke.
I sleep. And I guess I prepare and... Hello? Did anybody do?
And he raises his sharp knife. Hey, what's the big racket here? And as he's saying that, you see movement, get like branches and stuff shaking, and then something steps out.
Oh, hell no! Hell no!
Oh, these
Cloaked
motherfuckers.
figure with the mask. You recognize him to be one of the more elite spell hunters. And currently he has no weapons drawn. And you just see this guy walk up calmly and then stop. He looks at you, Athenia. Then he looks at the gnomes guys who are currently coming out of their tents. This is a mandatory search. Please do not resist. Once we find that there is nothing here, we will move on.
You mean nothing here? What are you looking for?
Hey, don't bother about us. We are just humble merchants. Merchants? From where? Oh, from Argasia. Do you have any paperwork for that? Paperwork? Huh! We don't have any paperwork. Since when do we need paperwork? Oh, not much. Yeah, we don't have anything. Wasn't there a recent change? It has always been something here. What do you know? Well, we'll do that next time we come here. Then you just see this guy raises a hand. He just moves his fingers. You can see more movement back here. If you are doing trading without legal documents, then I'm afraid I must take you in. Oh, from where? I heard Laxos prison got destroyed. He just stops.
I'm
Where
gonna
did you get this information?
Do I hear that
Do you?
from the
And
cart?
we
Do
got
I
woken
hear
up by Athenia.
like
Yeah, I
he
woke you guys up.
like he mentioned? I heard Loxos got destroyed. Do I hear that?
Yeah.
I would like to
I'm
roll
just gonna
something.
like sigh. I'm just like,
Can't say
Swobo,
it
we're
out
gonna
loud.
have to
Yeah.
kill everybody.
That's what you get for
the
opening
local
your
rumor
big
mill,
mouth.
that sort of thing. You know, word travels fast. This information is kept confidential. There is no way for this to be spread. I'm afraid we must take you in.
I'm gonna look at
Whoa,
Swobo. I'm
whoa,
like,
is that
should
there,
I shoot
pal?
him in the neck, or do you want to charge at him?
I'm going to need some proof that you guys are spell hunters or doing whatever it is you're going to be doing.
This is the part where
Because
we
otherwise,
say
I'm going to tie
we
you guys up in so much litigation. Because I'm a lawyer and I'm holding my paperwork and I'm smacking it.
This is
and
the
I
part where
would
we
like to
tell
roll
them that
deception.
we are foreign emissaries, and they're gonna get in big trouble if they get in our way.
I'm gonna hide in the
Because it
cart.
worked
Roll
so
a
well the
22
last
on
time.
deception.
Jesus Christ.
I'm saying if they take them in, then they're going to be tied up in so much litigation that their grandchildren will be dealing with it.
Roll this. You roll deception.
I got 22.
Have I gotten a short rest yet?
You got a short rest, yes.
Okay, thank God.
Okay, so what would his insight be with his stats? Oh.
Oh
Shit.
god, he's wisdom based.
Their whole, like,
Eh,
they're all
He kinda-
paladins.
he kind of
Paladins aren't wisdom
pauses.
based.
Like when you said that, Athena, he kind of pauses. He kind of just looks at you. My superiors will be the judge of that. I am simply doing what I am told. Please
I
do not
understand
resist.
that. But you're taking in innocent people who you implemented a new law against without their knowing, and which these are residents of Margratia, are they not? And you're going to imprison them for what exactly? For illegal business? When their documents are right here? I'm going to roll deception again. As I point to another stack of paperwork.
This is big brain time.
25.
This is big brain time.
He just stops. If the documents are right there, then perhaps this is just a big misunderstanding. And he takes a step forward, and he extends his hand out. Let me look over quick.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, absolutely. Sure, as I hand it to him, I'm going to swing at him with my sword. Can I get advantage?
You don't get advantage, but you do get a free attack.
Man,
It's a surprise attack.
I wish I had said I had my crossbow ready. Damn it.
It's a surprise attack, Dylan. Come on, you gotta give me this. I rolled so well.
No.
Fine.
Surprise attacks
Okay.
still don't have advantage.
Oh, they don't? I thought they did. 21.
No, they're just
not
a free
21.
attack.
Yeah, you definitely hit him.
Alright, I'm going to use a second level Divine Smite.
Oh, Jesus. Well, goodbye, Mr. Spell Hunter man.
Which is 3d8, 4d8, plus 3, plus 4. So that's going to be 10 slashing and 18 radiant.
Alright, how much? 10 slashing and 8 radiant?
No, 18 radiant.
Oh. Yeah, you hurt him pretty hard. Roll initiative.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
proud
cool.
of that. 12.
that was surprisingly underhanded for Athenia.
I'm trying to protect these gnomes.
What? You're supposed to follow the law of the land.
What law of the land? It's
Dude,
kill or
you-
be killed.
You literally had a sheriff say, hey, give me your license and registration, and then you stabbed him.
He's not a sheriff.
Yeah, well, you know what? The last time the sheriff said, give me your license and registration, we gave it, and they threw us in prison for no reason.
That's literally what this guy is. He's just a random sheriff.
I believe it, but he's masked. What kind of what kind of normal person would go around wearing a mask asking to, I mean, not even asking, trying to take people in? That's abduction, sir, and that's creepy.
Have you met any character your brother plays? They all have masks.
Except crew. Literally only one character had a mask.
Well, guess what? It's called gaming the system, bitch.
Anyways, initiatives. Left or right from my screen. Paxi,
15.
Athenia,
12.
Swalbo.
19.
Oh, Swalbo's pretty high. Alright, Swalbo's 19. Are you?
13.
Having advantage is pretty good.
It do be quite nice.
Alright. So. Here we go. Alright, so. Swalbo, you go first.
Oh boy.
It is nighttime, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. What speed do I get for raging? Where's my thing? Where's... Oh, here we go. Alright. I will get angry. 5, 10, 20. As part of my getting angry. What the hell? Why is the box on me not straight? What the hell?
You look normal to me.
I think that fixed it? Okay. Alright. And then I run at this guy. Perfect. Oh, I still another 10 feet, whatever. And then I swing at him. Recklessly.
Of course you do.
17.
That does not hit.
Damn. Well, then I swing at him again. 27.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
that's
that one
it.
hits.
Not quite sure that does. Let me check his AC. Yes, it does.
Let's see here. That's 14, 16, 22 damage.
Ow.
Jeez.
He's still alive, barely.
Well, that's all I can do. So
Oh, that is true. So, these guys' turns. So, he's going to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that's his turn. Now you are going to get shot,
Who, me? Or Swoldo?
Swallow, and that's a
Wait.
crit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Wait,
wonderful.
does that... Are they rogues? Never mind.
So, this is after having it. Wait, oh, you don't have resistance to radiance, do you? Or do you?
I do not have resistance to radiant.
Okay, so I guess I'm not having it. So you take...
Oh, it's pure radiant.
Nope, not pure radiant. So that is going to be 28 piercing. But if you half it, it's 14.
Okay, so 14.
And then you're going to take 12 radiant. And this guy
Okay.
reveals himself. Then the other guys are going to basically charge while revealing themselves.
Oh, normal people.
5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, he's going to slash you, Swaldo.
Alright.
That's a miss. Even with advantage. He's going to slash you again. That's a hit. So, you take 7 slashing, so 4, and 1 radiant. This guy is going to attack you, Swolbo. Miss. And that's a crit.
Cool.
So, that is going to be 8 slashing, so 4, and then 6 radiant. Now, this guy is going to attack him. Miss. Miss. So this guy is basically slashing wildly at him, and he's like, "Oh, woo! That's a little close, woo, woo!" And then he got hit by the last attack. And yep, he gets stabbed. Ooh, that did not feel good. Ooh, 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 ooh. Paxi, what's your dex?
My dex? 12.
Alright, so you go first. Paxi.
Okay. Question for you, Mr. DM.
I don't like this. What's up?
If I made this, hold on. Nope. 10, 15. Oh, it's a little bit bigger. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, shit. It's that big.
Oh. Is that darkness zone?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to... 15... Okay, yeah, the bigger square. If I cast darkness everywhere there, that means neither one of the advanced guys can see Swallow, correct?
Yeah, from this guy's position, he cannot. This guy can't see shit. These two cannot see the people who are in front of him.
Okay, so I will run out... Oh... Well... He might be able to see me if I run out that far.
If you want, you can encompass me in this darkness.
Also, but I
Okay.
just realized, Athena, you should probably be somewhere up here.
Can you see in
Because
darkness?
you did attack this guy.
I
Oh,
have a
okay.
ring.
Having
Oh,
remembered
yes.
this...
Axie knows about this.
Speaking of ring, it is currently glowing red.
Oh,
You know what? Fuck it. I'll do this then. So that will be my action. I will cast dark. I will move out and I will cast darkness there. Oh, Athenia can see in darkness too.
I cannot, but I have blind sight.
Right. Okay. It counts. That's my turn.
Alright, Gnomes. He is going to disengage 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This guy is going to charge forward with his knife. 5, and he's going to attack. And despite how sharp the knife is, it bounces off this guy's armor. And that's his turn. You can tell immediately that these two are not fighters. So, are you?
Could you describe the yellow square again? What is that?
That's dark.
The wall of darkness.
I don't understand why it's when I go 3 down, it's 15, but if I go 2 up, it's 10.
huh?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Do you see my little ruler?
Oh, it's because 10.
It,
If you go up here, 15, then it's 10.
Wait, look at this. 15, 15.
yeah, because you're already. It takes the longest distance, either horizontally or vertically.
Oh, so technically it's 1.
The Pythagorean theorem does not exist in this universe.
Okay, that means. That means
Remember, going
it's there.
Dane, it's like movement. Going 3 squares to the left
Actually-
or going up left 3 squares diagonally takes the exact same amount of movement.
Fuck it. It's there. That's where I wanted to place it. I wanted to encase the one guy in darkness too, so he has no idea where to run.
What's the
Yeah,
size
right.
of darkness?
It's 15 square feet.
Wait, 15 square feet
No,
or
no.
15-foot radius?
Radius, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so 6 by 6.
So it should be 1 square taller, but whatever. It's yeah.
Alright, so, are you? What are you doing?
So What about the other guy? Wasn't there another guy over here?
You can't see him.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, true. I'm gonna cast my own mistiness. And this one is a radius of... I never know because it's not described on my thing.
It's the misty. I mean, it's a fog cloud. So
Oh, it's 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius.
here we go. It's gonna completely.
Oh no, he's gonna
obscure the
blind
entire
me.
battle.
2, 3, 4. Okay.
You guys are just gonna obscure the entire battlefield. No one's gonna be able to see shit.
Oops, I drew that wrong.
Alright, well, now I'm blind.
Close enough.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. But I can see perfectly fine in my own mist, but the darkness is magical darkness, and I
You
can't,
can't see shit.
And I can see through the magical darkness, but I can't see through your damn fog cloud.
Yeah.
This is a Venn diagram. It's a Venn diagram.
Venn diagram. I can't see shit.
Alright, sorry. What do you do?
1, 2. Some spooky darkness. I'm gonna attack this fella.
Alright.
So
You have
mist,
advantage.
the mist was a normal action, so I need to use my bonus action to attack. But you said I have an advantage, which means I have sneak attack. Alright, d20 plus what? 7. 20. And then the sneak attack, which is 4d6.
You only rolled once. That is a hit though, but you can see if you can get a crit.
Oh, right. Nah.
Nope. So
4d6 plus d4 plus 3. Plus 4, I mean. 19 damage.
alright.
And then I'm gonna... Oh, no, never mind. I can't use it because I already used my bonus action. Oh, no, this is a feat. I don't think it requires anything. I was gonna use Wail from the Grave, which allows me to attack another creature after sneak attacking.
So
Roll
this
half.
guy.
Roll half the number of sneak attack dice for your roll, which is 2d6. 11 damage to this fella.
Damn.
Well, I call his
okay.
mom a fat whore. Your mom a fat whore. Yeah,
Who said that? Who said
that's
that
five,
about my mama?
that's 5 syllables. Your mom a fat whore.
God. Alright. Athenia, I'm assuming that's the end of your turn, are you, right?
Continue.
No, he's asking if it's the end of your turn, are you?
Oh yeah, that's the end of my turn. Yes.
Alright, Athenia.
Okay.
You obscured through different things, but you have blind fighting, so you can see that there's an enemy right here. You don't know where the other guy you hit went. He
Wait,
ran off.
why is he back here? Oh, because he ran off.
No, that's a different guy.
Wait, I thought that was the guy who came forth to look at the papers.
Nope, seems like there are two elites, and one of them ran off and then immediately got obscured. So you don't know where he is because of the wall of darkness.
Well,
Watch
I'll
his
do what
face.
I do best.
That's a hit.
Huh?
That's a hit.
Okay, on this guy next to Swolbo.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 7 damage. Do you want to swing again? It's not. Wait, is it advantage because it's in darkness because he can't see?
Yeah, but you can't see either.
I have blind fighting. I don't need to see.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Let me
Then-
double check.
Technically, yes, because he's blind and you're not.
Yeah, so you do have advantage.
Oh, cool. In that case, the first hit is was a 24. Second hit now. 18
means
or
it means
19. I mean 19.
That hits.
That's going to be 11 damage.
Alright. He's hurt.
That's my turn.
All right. Top of the initiative, Solo.
Oh boy.
So I'm assuming you activate your ring with a bonus
Yeah,
action.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bonus action to activate my ring, thinking it will allow me to see. My ring activates and all I can see is fog.
And 2 outlines.
And I'm
right
just like,
next to
oh
you.
god damn it.
I can see! No, wait, no I can't.
This is the guy I hit before, right?
No. Wait!
No.
No.
I probably will. I probably
That
don't
was
even
an
know at
elite.
this point.
Nope. Well, for all you know, it could be the same guy.
Alright, well, I'm gonna attack this guy.
Right.
Just be normal, because we both have disadvantage, basically, right? Because we both can't see.
Even though he's obscured, since you're both right next to each other, he should be able to. Well, let me double check.
I think it would just be normal, right? Because I get disadvantage from not being able to see him, but then I get advantage from him not being able to see me, so it cancels out.
Environment. Vision and light. Yeah, it would be disadvantage.
Oh, it's disadvantage?
Well, but in this case, but if you attack recklessly, then it'll be.
So
normal.
it'd be normal if I attack recklessly?
Yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
If they attack you, it would be a disadvantage, or in this case, normal.
Alright, well, I'll attack the guy on the left recklessly then. Damn it. 17 hit?
Ooh.
Barely not.
Aw. Alright. Attack again. Oh, I missed
Unfortunate.
again. God damn fog.
Alright, their turns. So, this guy can't see shit. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He steps out and realizes there's a wall of fog behind him. So, his turn. You guys hear some muttering coming from this direction. Now these guys are going to both attack Swolbo normally. So Swolbo, you feel some rushing air as a blade swings way over your head.
The F do you mean?
And you feel more rushing as this guy also misses you completely.
Nice.
So this guy is going to attack the gnome in front of him with disadvantage. And what could have been 2 crits got turned into a miss. This guy is going to try and attack whoever attacked him from next to him, so with disadvantage. Here are you? What's your AC?
My AC is 13. 14.
So that is a 12, so that's a miss.
Correct.
And that is a 14, so meets it beats it.
Ah, damn it.
Well, congratulations. This is the first attack to land by the enemy this round.
Yeah, how much are we doing?
So you take 7 slashing and 5 radiant.
Okay, before we calculate that damage, I was missing from last week, so surely there's been a long rest in between since then, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Let me go ahead and refill my HP bar before I do all this damage and faint.
You
So
missed out.
7,
You get no rest.
7 damage, 5 radiant. Got it, thank you.
RU has
12
just been
damage.
awake for 98 hours straight.
I haven't slept for 98 hours.
Alright, I have
Alright.
taken the damage.
Alright, after that, Paxi.
Alright. Speaking in the most literal of senses, I knew that these dudes were over here. Oh wait, no, there was a cloaked dude over here. So I'm gonna run straight to here. I can see in my own darkness. Is that elite dude still over here still? Because the fog cut off my vision for a split second there, and I just
Yeah.
charged through it.
So
Was he still there?
this guy moved down here.
I can't see him though.
No. But you do see that there's a guy right here, and he currently has his two hands cupped together, and he's holding something while muttering.
Okay. So I went from here to here. Shit. Go. You know what? No, I'll stop there because I was expecting him to be like here. Huh. Alright. Do I have advantage on him for casting a spell?
No, you do not.
Okay. Only physical, because you can't see it. You know what? Alright, I'll give this a shot, just for the fuck of it. It's a Wisdom 16 save. I will cast Suggestion on him, and I will tell him to surrender. Wisdom 16.
Well, they are proficient in wisdom.
Yeah. I can't see anybody else, and I wanted to take one of them alive.
Alright, so that's a 13 plus his wisdom score, which equals a 17.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. That's my turn.
Alright. Gnome's turns. This guy is going to uselessly flail with his knife on the guy in front of him. And you hear this distinct sound of a knife shattering against armor.
His knife, no!
Something's... Hey, I think something's kicking my shins. I don't feel it, though. And this guy... Gonna go 5, 10, trips on the tent, 15, 20. Oh, that's what I am. 25. Sprint. 30, 35. Stops here, realizes he's feeling a tent. 40, 45. And he enters a tent. Alright, are you?
Yes. So, I can see through my own mist, and I see this individual.
Yes. We also know there's two people in front of you.
Yes, there is indeed two people in front of me, but in between them, I see through in the very back, that man. I will. Do I still have advantage at this position?
Yes.
Oh.
Like, this guy can't see you. You're obscured. And even though you're trying
Oh,
to do it,
right. Okay, I'm gonna stab this bitch. 20 again.
Yep.
4d6 plus d4 plus 4. 22 damage.
You fucking kill him.
Hey, yo. While he's looking around looking for his mama, I stab him in the chest. And then I'm gonna use a whale from
Oh,
the
my
grave
chin!
again.
Yes! And he collapses.
Mama!
I'm gonna use another whale from the grave to hit this bad boy here.
Alright.
2d6. Hit him with another 11, boy!
Shit. He is definitely hurt.
Okay, now I'll walk up to him. I still have advantage, correct? Oh, but I only get one sneak attack per turn.
Yep. But you can still attack. 23 hits.
Yeah. Our d4 plus 3. 6 damage.
Alright. Yeah, he's pretty hurt.
And so since he can't see me, I can walk around him, right?
Yeah,
Without
you can.
opportunity. Perfect.
Oh,
Uh,
hold on.
wait, what?
Hold on. Let me look it up. Yeah! He can't opportunity attack.
Yeah, yo, get the hell out of here, boy.
Fog Cloud is actually really strong. You better hope there's not a strong wind blows it away.
Hey, yo, if it's blowing to the west, I'm all good.
No, well, not apparently. If it's like if it's a moderate gust, it completely disperses the fog cloud.
If it hasn't happened yet, yo, I don't have
Not
to worry
yet.
about it yet.
It hasn't been a windy day, and also there hasn't been anyone who uses wind spells. Anyways, Athenia.
Okay. Guess I'm going to continue attacking the same guy. I'm low on. Do I have any first level spell slots? I do. Okay. That's going to be a 22.
That's a hit.
How? You know, I'm a smite. First level smite.
Go ahead.
So. That's 14 damage.
He's really hurt.
Wow, you lived that. Okay.
I mean,
I guess I'm
Swolbo
going to
did mix
attack
up his
again.
attacks earlier.
17. You said misses.
Barely misses. Also, I will say, since you have blind fighting, you can detect a little man right next to you. He seems to be sifting through some stuff.
In the tent.
Is it his stuff?
Seems like it'd be his stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's his
alright.
tent.
Shit.
Alright, anyways. Top of the initiative order, Swallow.
Oh boy. Let's see here. I am going to attack the guy to my left again. There we go.
Natural
Oh
one.
no, damn it. It was 2 digits, so I thought it was good.
Yeah, so this is what happens. You swing and basically stumble over yourself. It goes in a wide arc away from this guy, and it seems to give him an idea of where you are, so he's going to try and swing back at you. And equally misses.
Cool. Alright. Time to swing at him again. And I
No.
miss.
Well, this is probably going to be a common theme, so I'm assuming that's your turn. The enemy is going to do something, or at least try. They're going to both attack you, Swallow. Miss does a 14
No.
AC? Nope, it's a miss then.
I have
So-
17.
Literally, Athenia, you can kind of have an idea what's going on here. You just see these three fucking slashing it around in place, hitting everything around them except for their opponents.
Jesus.
Wait, Swallow, you have a third attack.
Oh, yes, because I didn't have that option past 2 turns, right?
Yes, so you can try to hit again.
Hey!
Yep, that's a hit.
There we go. Alright, let's see here. That will be 6, 8, 16 damage.
Yeah, that definitely kills him. In fact, the 6 alone would have been enough.
Oh, okay.
Alright, he's dead. He just collapses to the ground.
Okay, now that he's not there, I'm gonna...
So this...
Zip.
Uh,
I'm gonna try and get out of this fog.
Alright. So, continuing the enemy turns, this guy is going to...
Oh, hi, Paxi.
He's going to attack this direction, because that's where he received. And both of his attacks are very precise, and they probably would have hit Aryu if he were still standing there.
Huh. If only I was still standing there, huh?
So this guy, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to swap to his crossbow. And then he's going to hold his action. This guy is going to finish his chanting. He's been holding at least some sort of medallion or rosary, something akin to that. Basically, holy symbol. And when he finishes chanting, his body starts glowing white. And then you see a flash of light.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. Where are you?
No, like flashes of light near the darkness?
And Paxi,
No.
you can see this clearly. The darkness is untouched, but this guy is gone. And staying in place is a knight in golden armor.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what now?
Another one of these fuckers.
Yeah, but I'm gonna like look at that and I'm just gonna be like the same idea of like, but we have a Hulk, and I'm gonna look at Swobo.
And I'll say this: this guy's holding a giant hammer.
Yeah, well, so am I.
Wait, I thought Swobo held two axes or swords.
Oh, actually,
or...
yeah, no, I don't have a hammer anymore. That's right, never mind.
You do.
I have
you
an
just don't
axe
use
in
it.
one hand and a short sword in the other.
So
okay.
this guy is going to then shout, "Attention, heretics! You dare strike upon the law of the Boomy theocracy. I, one of the Templars, will thou unleash justice." You can see his body glows for a moment, and that hammer starts becoming enveloped in bright yellow flames.
Uh-oh.
And 5, he's going to stop at the edge of the darkness. He's going to point the hammer towards it. And you
No
see
way.
it flashes very bright.
No way.
So let's see.
There's no way. There's no way.
All right, kid.
Let me see.
He does not just get rid of the darkness. Hell no, we don't. Oh, hell no.
Yep. So daylight.
Of course, he gets rid of the thing that I can see through.
Wait, does daylight? Does daylight?
Is that what he's doing, Daylight?
Oh, if this object spell area overlaps with an area of light spell created by second level or higher, the spell that created the light is dispelled. Non-magical light can't illuminate it, but it does. So magical light, I don't think it would dispel it, but he'd be able to see through it.
Yeah. So basically, the two of them counteract each other. So
Yeah.
now you guys can see clearly. And this guy is now 5, 10, 15. Do not resist. Maybe you will find redemption by Saigon.
Now I'm gonna resist even
I
harder.
fully intend to resist.
Okay. So that's his turn. Yeah, that is going to be Paxi. Your turn.
Seeing my darkness is no longer useful, I will forget about maintaining concentration on that. And I will cast Shadow of Moil on myself, holding up my amethyst gem with a zombie eyeball in it. I will case myself in something that his daylight spell cannot pierce, and I will walk up to him and bitch slap him in the face with my bonus action at advantage. 20 to hit.
That's a crit.
No. Oh, that is a crit. So slash
And you rolled max damage.
1d. Well, that doesn't count. This is a backhand.
And just so you know, this guy is holding a two-handed giant hammer, no shield.
Yeah, fuck him. Where's the damage for my backhand?
Wait, how much damage did you do?
It's 1d4 plus 6.
Not for your crit.
Yeah, I'm figuring that out. The roll is the same. Wait.
Oh.
Oh, it's plus 7 now. Thank you, Mr. DM.
You get a plus 10 on your roll? Jeez.
No. It's plus 7. No, come on.
No, I was looking at your attack roll. You get a plus 10.
It's slash roll.
Yeah.
Or slash R.
18 points of damage on a backhand.
Ow.
So I cast Shadow of Moil on myself, and I walk up to him and it's like, fuck your god. Whack! And
This guy is basically glaring at you.
I want to say that my hand starts vibrating.
Wait, hold on. Maybe a little too obscured. This guy could have taken a pot shot at you, but the edge of darkness kind of made it too difficult for him to see.
He can't see me, technically, with
Well,
Shadow
I
of
mean,
Moil.
when you initially, I mean, the darkness did. Wait, hold on. Well, no, it's too late. When this guy just dispelled the darkness, he could have immediately shot at you, maybe. Nah.
Oh,
too
I
late.
see what you mean.
Oh well, he held his action, but I forgot about it. Anyways, is that your turn?
Yeah.
This guy is going to punch him. And surprisingly hits. How much damage does an unarmed attack do?
Strength modifier. Plus
So no
1.
damage.
Plus 1.
So 0 damage. So -1 strength modifier is a 0.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so he finally landed an attack, but it doesn't do shit. Realizing this, he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20. That's his turn. This guy finally, you hear him shout, "Ah! Found it! There we go!" And then he steps out. I can't see a single thing. 15, 20, pops out. Oh! Now that's a Templar! Hey there! And he is holding a bottle filled with a green liquid. Hey,
No way.
what the heck? And he's gonna throw it at this guy.
No way. There's no way you just beat them with a bottle of potion.
There'd be an evil potion.
And hold on. How does this work? Yeah, so the bottle shatters on impact and then covers this guy completely in green flames.
Oh,
Green flames.
we're okay with
Now,
that.
Alchemist fun?
Yo, he must be a Green Lantern.
And he take 1 fire damage.
Whoa.
Huh? There has to be
That-
something.
Alchemist fire is not known for strong damage.
Oh.
But it
Anyways,
consistently burns.
and then he's gonna go back in here. This guy's going to opportunity attack. Literally, he raises his giant hammer and then smashes down on the ground where that gnome was standing, leaving a deep crater. And when he raises it up, the gnome is gone. He got out safely. Anyways, are you?
Since my little boy who was, sorry, I mean, my little archered man was running away, I'm gonna go ahead and... Can I do like an improvised action? So like what I'm trying to do here is I plan to roll a sneak or stealth or whatever. I'm gonna toss a one of my flasks up in that general direction, trying to get his attention. And then while he's distracted, using my stealth roll to try and maneuver my way around the forest.
Throwing a
Sorry,
flask will take your action,
Fair enough.
and a stealth action will be a bonus.
Fair enough.
Action,
Well,
so-
I'll just get myself in position. Actually, maybe not a flask. I'm gonna use the remains of my fish.
Roll to throw fish.
I will plan to throw it in this direction.
Alright. Roll.
Mhm.
Make an attack roll.
20, I guess. Or I mean, if I have proficiency plus 3, I don't know.
So, you throw the wet fish, well, the fish in general, and it flies pretty far and hits a tree with a wet slap.
Hey, yo.
And this guy immediately turns his attention with his crossbow, but he doesn't fire. He has enough discipline for that. But now
Okay.
he's distracted for a very brief moment.
Alright, do I need to roll stealth?
Yep. Roll to hide.
23.
At this point, I don't think you even need the fish.
I was just worried anyway. 1,
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
4.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. Athenia.
Okay. I guess I can sense the guy straight in front of me, so I'm going to go over that way. Because I can't sense anything else in here. Alright, and it's a crit. Has this guy been hurt at all?
This guy in particular? No.
Yeah. Okay. First level Divine Smite. And that's going to be 46 damage.
Congratulations, you one-shotted him.
Oh, Jesus.
And that was only a first level Divine Smite.
Yeah, this guy seemed like he was about to go and slash the spot where Swolbo was, only for you to walk up, slash forward, and then a pillar of light erupts, and when it's gone, all you see is just a pair of arms on the ground. The only thing that was not in the pillar.
Yeah, yeet.
So, what now?
I don't know where anything else is, so I'm going to end my turn.
Alright. Top of the initiative, Swolbo.
Oh, the darkness is
boy.
gone, by the way.
Oh, is
I-
it?
That's for the daylight spell.
Alright. I'm
Well,
pissed
yeah,
off.
that-
This
that
guy
and I
called me a
broke-
her-
I broke
This
concentration.
guy called me a heretic. I'm pissed off. Recklessly attack.
me a heretic, but me.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, he gets triple advantage.
Mm-hmm. 25 will hit.
Oh.
That's 12, 13, 15.
Don't,
21
Stop that!
damage.
Stop that, Dylan. Stop it. I don't know what you're
Yes,
planning.
sir.
Stop it.
First hit is 21 damage.
See with your ruler.
Second attack. Does a 19 hit him?
No, it does not.
God damn it.
Oh, I don't like that box, Dylan. Stop it.
Alright, then offhand.
Dylan, stop drawing boxes.
Okay then. Well, the offhand will crit.
That's for the light spell, the daylight, right?
That's
Yes.
Oh, that's fine.
10 damage from the second attack.
So, neat thing about Shadow of Moyle, anything within 10 feet of me turns into darkness.
So it's countered by the light spell then.
No. There's
Oh.
no counter to Shadow of Moyle. It's just fucking dark. Screw you. Any bright light turns into dim light, and anything within 10 feet is darkness. Or any dim light within 10 feet. So it's basically dim light around us. So I'm assuming daylight is considered bright light. But just to pee in his eye a little bit more, his daylight is slightly dimmed when I get near him.
Alright, so also, how much damage did you do, Swoolbo? Just to make sure.
In total, I did. In total, I think 25.
And how much of that is radiant?
Oh wait, no, sorry. In total, I did. 25 non-radiant plus 6 radiant.
Alright, because he is resistant to radiant.
Makes sense.
Alright, so... Is that your turn, Swoolbo?
Yes.
Alright, so this guy is going to smash you, Swoolbo. Not Swoolbo, but Paxi. You seem to be more threatening.
Yeah, hit the heretic. At disadvantage.
Oh, that is true. In that case... That was a 19 hit,
It
not
does.
natural. Alright. Shadow of Moyle makes you resistant to radiant damage,
It
correct?
does.
Alright, so...
I'm glad you remembered. I was waiting for that.
Alright, so you take 20 bludgeoning damage
God damn it. Ow, my face.
as this guy fucking swings his massive hammer at you.
Uh-huh.
And then, when he hits you,
Here it
it
comes.
creates an AoE explosion of light.
Uh-huh.
So, Swolbo and the gnome guy make a dex save. Well, Paxi, since you got hit by it, you automatically take the damage,
Mm-hmm.
which after resisting it is 6.
I rolled
Oh,
20.
okay.
You succeed, Swolbo. You take 6.
He immediately receives 12 points of necrotic damage as Shadow of Moyle lashes back out at him.
Alright, he's pretty hurt. You notice that his pristine gold and silver armor is starting to look rather worn.
And you just hear from the shadows, "Hit me again!"
And that's his turn. This guy, he's realizing the predicament that everyone's in. 5, 10, 15,
Fucking coward.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,
Oh, he ran.
50, and then 55, 60. And this guy is going to attack in front of him twice.
That poor son of a bitch.
He misses because there's nothing there.
He misses
But then
the dead
again-
body.
He somehow missed the air in front of him. It's quite spectacular. Anyways, Gnome's turn.
Wait. It was
5,
Oh, okay.
10, 15. Oh yeah, this guy's supposed to make a dex save.
For what?
The fact that he's on fire, which he failed.
Oh,
So he takes an additional 3 fire damage.
alchemical fire.
Is there such a thing as being so dexterous that you can dodge the fire that is burning on your skin?
It's about putting it out.
It's.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
As
more
he's
like there's a
stomping it out.
bonfire he's standing in.
No, he's literally the fire's attached to his armor. He's getting cooked alive, although slightly.
Cool, cool.
All right, and taxi.
So I have Shadow of Moil, which is regular advantage, plus Swellbow. Do I have triple advantage?
You have double advantage.
How
You
many-
roll 3 times.
Okay. Does a 21 hit?
21 meets it, beats it.
Okay.
Was
So-
Shadow of Moil supposed to give me advantage on him?
No.
Okay.
It's only surrounding me. So he takes 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack. 24 to hit. He takes 16 points of damage.
He is barely holding on.
And the backhand. 24 hits, slash, 1d4 plus 7. 11 points of damage.
You kill him.
I want to, like, walk past him because it's my final attack. Just, like, walking towards Swolbo, just put my face, or my hand on his face, put my ankle behind his leg, and just, like, trip him over it, and just slam his head into the ground.
So, yeah, so you basically walk up. He's a very big, heavy dude, but you manage to make him lose his balance using his own weight against him, and then he smashes to the ground, face first. You hear some crunching noises coming from the helmet, and then you see a pool of blood start forming.
Nice.
All right. There's no one else around except for Aryu. I mean, do you want to do anything, Aryu?
Damn,
Oh!
like,
I want to
What?
summon this guy's Spectre. And I'm going to command the Spectre to play with your friends and send him off to, like, he's not going to kill anybody, but I want to send him off after the guy who ran off.
And what's the movement of the Spectre?
Ooh. 50 feet flying.
He can catch up.
Yeah, he can, but he's only got 25 HP. This thing's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, so you'll create a Spectre. Let me pull up a Spectre. And the Spectre will fly after the guy. Are you? You can see there's still a guy right here flailing at open air.
yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, this was the guy I was calling him, making fun of his mom. Almost stabbed him.
Mm, 19 hits.
Okay.
Beat
Good.
better than a natural one.
D4 plus 6 damage. Oh wait, I have advantage. But I definitely just kill him, right? There's no way he survives.
Yeah, you just killed him.
Yes.
And that is all the enemies near you.
As I slowly insert the knife into his back, I say, "Your mom is a beautiful woman." Oh, I can't say that. It needs 5 syllables.
Your mom is pretty.
Yo mama is...
Your mom is a bitch.
Yo mom's so pretty.
Yeah, your mom is pretty.
He dies confused and happy.
Mm,
And then he,
No,
then he
not happy,
realizes.
just confused. And
Yeah, I don't know,
Then he
someone's-
realizes. How would he
if
know
someone
what
told
my
you your mom was
looks like?
pretty while stabbing
Oh,
you to death, I'm
oh,
not sure how happy that
here
would
we
make
go.
you.
True.
So, bloodbath has happened.
Yay.
You hear this guy go, "Got another one!" And he runs out with another flask of green liquid, only to stop and notice that the guy is already down. Oh!
Burn the body. No remains.
I mean, does this guy, when he dies, does his crazy golden armor dissipate? Was it magical?
You're noticing it's losing its luster.
Yeah, that figures.
Kind of funny they brought a Templar. Must have done that little trick.
I'm sorry, Swobo, I have no fly spells left. I can't send you after the last guy.
Wait, was there a guy running away?
Yeah, there's the archer one.
Wait,
How
Put in
fast
the
is he
Auseland
moving?
Campaign.
does Swobo have his boots?
I do. How fast is he moving?
Oh no!
Oh man, he can't even leave in peace.
We just see a streak go off into the woods. A few screams later, he comes back.
Dylan, how fast is the guy who ran away moving? I want to chase him immediately.
I mean, he runs at 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
Hey, click.
Once I click my boots together, I can run at well, I guess if I'm dashing 160 feet.
Shit. So, it takes just one round to catch up, so... Alright.
We just hear the
So-
sound of a chainsaw in the distance.
Which direction do you run?
Did I not see which way he went?
Yeah, like the darkness was dispelled when the guy took off.
Yeah, but you're all focused on the big guy, though.
Oh. What-
I'll shout to my companions and say, which way did he go?
Which way did he go? Which way did he...
I mean, I
Oh.
would have seen him. Aryu would have seen him. Swelbo had his back to him, so it's just Aryu
So
and
is
me.
someone
who
going
were...
to answer my question?
I mean, the guy was also a good distance away, and he did have
what
a
do
big
you want
armor
us
to
to
in front of
roll,
you.
DM?
Honestly, Aryu knows where he went.
You wanted that away. Yeah, that's all 5 syllables, I know.
Okay,
Which
are
way
you like,
is that away?
are you telling me which way he went? Like, I can't see you right now.
Oh, you're still... Wait, oh, my thing is still in... Wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
fog.
okay. I guess I'll dispel it.
Okay, do you then point which direction he went?
He went that away. I point in the western direction.
Wait, he ran
West?
west?
Oh, wait, am I
West is
wrong?
this way.
Oh, whoops, I mean east.
Okay, I run east then. Like, I click my heels together and I begin running east at 180 feet per 6 seconds. Or 160.
I thought he
sorry.
went north.
Aryu said east.
Yeah, I said east. I thought he went east.
I mean, Paxi was fighting a giant paladin guy.
I mean, I
so-
have no one else to rely on except the person who could see
So,
through the fog, so I'll
Swallow-
run in the direction he told me.
Yeah.
You sprint really fast towards the direction Aryu pointed, and I'd say 12 seconds later, you do not see him anywhere.
God damn it.
So yeah, either this guy is really fast, he's an expert hider, or Aryu basically told you to go the wrong direction.
Alright, I turn around and I begin sprinting straight at RU.
Oh, God. Well, Aryu's currently away,
Yeah.
so just give him some time before the inedible destruction happens. Anyways, seeing that the fight's over, this guy comes back. This guy, what's his name? Neo. He's currently going to be like, so, I'll be right back. I'm currently kind of bleeding a little bit right now, so I need to go heal. Ooh, that stings. He goes back into the tent. Here's a... And he steps back out, still with a gaping wound, but now he has a bottle of alcohol in his hands. So, Commit.
That was
you just-
fun.
Oh, he says your definition of fun is very different from his.
What's your definition of fun?
Not fighting a country's law enforcement, he says. Anyways, I don't know
Those aren't
about
great.
you, but I don't think we should probably be staying here any longer. Especially since I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies. So in other words, one of them got away. You can see already Romo is currently gathering up camping gear. Well, guess we're going to be making our way back home. So, he just stops talking and he goes helping his brother with gathering camping equipment.
Makes sense.
Also, Paxi, you can feel the connection to your Spectre Sever.
Yep, that figures. Oh, wait. Did the Spectre know which way to go?
Yes.
Oh, well then I would have told Swobo go that way
Oh.
and look for a glowing ass Spectre.
Oh. Well, Swobo's currently running back.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that Aryu would, not just be a complete idiot. Since he
So-
literally watched the guy run away.
Too late. I'm not gonna retcon that nonsense.
And while they're getting gear, he walks over to you. Hey, you plan on using that? And he points at the giant hammer that's on the ground.
Oh, did his hammer not grow in size? He just had that on him?
Yep, it was a gigantic fucking hammer. The only magical thing you saw was the fact that it got wreathed in giant white, well, yellow flames.
Can I Arcana check it just to see if it's enchanted in some way?
Roll Arcana.
Yeah, sure.
You
That's
are
a hammer.
Not sure.
Go for it.
Hey, thank you. And he just grabs it.
Well, actually, does Swobo look like he wants the hammer?
Can Swobo lift the hammer?
Of course he
And
can.
use it
Probably
reliably.
yes. But the
Excuse
ham-
me?
This hammer is bigger than Swolbo
Yeah, so are most of my weapons.
in terms of length. It's a really big hammer.
All I can imagine is Poppy from League of Legends.
Yeah.
I want to see Swobo do a golf swing.
Actually, I think technically I would get disadvantage because
If his
Halfling.
size, yeah.
I'm small.
It's
So I'm actually gonna say, like, what do you give me for it?
It kind of stops. That's a fair point. You did kill him after all. What do you want?
You got any more of those fancy gems?
Shining rocks. Oh, I got a couple. Hey, Romo, do we have any more? No, what are we saving for later for? That's an excellent point. But can we spare like one or two? How about one? Come on, that's a giant hammer there. You don't see anything like that before. Alright, you got yourself a deal. And he
What's he
goes out.
offering me?
And he briefly distorts in reality before going back to his normal
He
size.
cartoon smears into his tent.
And he comes back out with a bag. Do you have any favorite colors?
Purple. Amethyst.
He looks inside. Nope, no purple.
Whatever you got then.
He grabs the bag, shakes it, and out pops a green gem.
Oh,
Pretty
wait.
small.
Shit. No, diamond. Any
Diamond?
diamonds?
Oh, those are clear. Hold on a moment. He put the green gem back. He pulls out a yellow one. Not like a topaz, but it is definitely
It's a
translucent.
yellow diamond.
Yep, yellow diamond. If you're willing to take this one, and he gives it's pretty small.
What kind of monetary value are we talking here, DM?
You're not sure. Do you know the estimated value of a diamond by just looking at it?
Yeah. Fucking. Damn it. Alright, which one looks prettier, the green or the diamond?
Honestly, by gem standards, they're actually really pretty.
I'll take the diamond.
Excellent choice. And he just pops it onto your hand. Hey, Robo, can you give me a hand here? This thing's a little heavy. And they both proceed to fucking drag this heavy as hell hammer back to their camp.
So do you, Mr. DM, do you want to tell me what the value of this alchemical regent you just gave me to resurrect Swolbo, or do I have to take it somewhere and figure it out first?
I will say this. It is smaller than the gems needed for Revivify.
Right, but it can act as a portion of the whole. Because Revivify doesn't say a 300 gold diamond. It says diamonds worth 300
Okay.
gold.
As Swolbo is realizing why you want this diamond, he offers to take a look at it for you.
Make a roll with your jeweler's kit, but with advantage.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking jeweler's kit. Well, it's gonna be the diamond
If
no
you're
matter
using
what I
it,
pick.
or make whatever roll with your any sort of proficiency with advantage, whatever's highest.
Just highest of anything? Like,
Well, what do you think you would roll for to?
What's insight? Insight is wisdom.
insight? Sure, why not?
With advantage.
19.
From your estimated guess, that little gem you have is worth 35 gold pieces.
Oh. Alright. I'll just hold on to it.
All considering 35 gold, it's still decent. But in terms of spellcasting purposes, not that much.
For an enchanted hammer as big as a gnome.
Also, you don't need any money stuff to bring me back, so.
Noted. You're not the only one who has a tendency to die around here.
At least you don't have anyone to turn you into a zombie. So
35 gold diamond.
these two have almost finished packing up camp. They go and bring their donkey out of the tent, who seem to have been sleeping soundly despite all the fighting going on. You just hear him go, Mar! Come out, you lazy ass! Come on, were you sleeping the entire time? Oh, of course you do. You're a heavy sleeper. And they proceed to start loading all of their shit on him. And he knows the donkey is noticeably sagging after both the glaive and the hammers put on him.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
So, what are you guys doing?
I wanted to cast fly on the donkey.
But you don't have the spell slots.
I
I think
don't.
you're Dylan's best Eddie Murphy impression.
I do not have the spell slots.
So, what are you guys doing?
We have not gotten a long rest, right?
No, you have not. You guys got interrupted.
But they are heading out.
Yes, they are.
We've done long rests in the cart as it's moving, right? Because we have a amazing horse, right?
We need a long rest.
Right, but we've done long rests while moving in the cart, right?
I don't have a second level spell slot, so I can't summon a horse.
Who says the
Did
horse
you-
died?
Remember,
Did you dispel the horse?
Remember? Didn't I dispel the horse from the river?
Oh.
Then
Well, yeah,
how
but
did
you
you
would
get
have had
that?
to have resummoned it to get it this far.
Oh yeah, that's what Pat. That's why my last second level spell slot is gone.
So yeah, you still have your horse.
Okay. So what exactly is the question revolving the horse?
We sleep on the road while moving.
Sure.
Well, they're heading back to Margracia. We might as well just accompany them.
Considering they know that we're escaped convicts, it's
I mean, at
maybe
this
traveling
point,
with
they
them
are
isn't the best
escaped
idea.
convicts as well.
True.
Guilty by association.
I will apologize and say I hope this does not sully your good name in the Boomese theocracy.
I mean, not just association. One of them literally threw a weapon at one of the guys.
True.
Never mind.
Anyways, you just so Romo just looks at you. Yeah, you have a good point. We'll just go to a different town. It's what we always do.
All right.
That wasn't alarming in any way.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know what you're
off
talking
we
about.
go.
Seth.
Also,
Yeah, sorry
Alright.
that you're banned from this town for murdering people. Oh, it's okay. We're used to it.
not murder. Sometimes you just do the wrong deal. Anyways, so you guys move out. It is nighttime, and you start traveling. So you guys start moving your ways right around here, and is when we start transitioning to. Hold on. To another map.
New map. New map.
So, as you can see, from here, we are going to be making our way straight down to Guji. You're welcome to follow us as much as you wish, but honestly, the town's pretty small. Don't have much to offer. We're just a small, amateur mining town. I guess that's the best way that you can call it. After that, well, you're welcome to go anywhere you want. Margracia is pretty welcoming, all things considered. Although, don't mind some of the odd looks you get. You tall folk aren't too common in our area.
Ah.
Sounds like I'll fit right in.
Hey, yeah, although you're a little bit too wide for some, but also, by the way, be careful going to no man's land. There's a reason why neither Boomesiocracy or Margracia has laid claim to it.
Oh, that white strip between the two.
Yep, nope, not that white strip. That is the Badlands.
Oh, the No Man's Land. The one
The one that
marked
says
as
No Man's Land, yeah.
Land. Got it.
No Man's Land, or as some people call it, Dragon's Land. It is currently the home of a dragon. And it is not very welcoming of outsiders.
Sounds like
One of the
wanting to
few
be
dragons
made.
left. Anyway, so you guys keep moving down. You notice that the trees are starting to more farther in between. It's turning more into grasslands. You see in the distance a lot of towering mountains. And yeah, who wants to roll in perception?
Sure.
Every time I try that, doesn't end up well.
Well,
You can't
Well,
see shit.
it could be better, I guess.
No, you're kind of more pondering over the name No Man's Land. You're just thinking, is it called No Man's Land because there's no man there?
No,
So if a man were to go there, would it be called Man's Land?
it's Gnome Man's Land. Who's this man named Gnome? Or is it a gnome named Nan? Common spelling errors.
or is it a gnome named Gnome Man?
Oh, don't worry. It's not just we gnomes living here, but also halflings and dwarves. Anyways, so you don't see shit You don't know what's going on, but lucky for you, seems like the other two gnomes are rather diligent. And you guys start basically making your way out, kind of avoiding this spot of no man's land. Although, I'll have one more person roll perception.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll do it
asleep.
this time.
I need spell
I'm
slots.
gonna do it. Perception.
I might as well be asleep.
Jesus Christ. Barely any better.
Congratulations, you guys don't see shit.
That's concerning.
We forgot we were supposed to be looking at and had a staring contest instead.
In the distance, you can see, well, not in the distance, you don't see shit, but you do see Romo, the gibberish dude, look like elbow his brother and go, what do you know? And then they just move on. You did see the Romo guy point. But I'm assuming you guys don't really care about that because you haven't rolled high.
Nope.
Did we even notice him pointing?
I sure as hell didn't.
I mean, how do
Neither
you
did I.
even pay attention to him anymore when he
He's asleep.
speaks? Nope, so daytime arrives and you guys are now enter the borders of Margrasia, where unlike the Boomies Theocracy, where you saw where there were plenty of people patrolling, or at least from what you've encountered, seems like you don't have that same welcome that was with the Theocracy. You notice that this place, a lot less trees, a lot more grasslands, hills in the distance, mountains, and other places, rocky areas. This definitely is a pretty big change compared to the last two places where you went, where there were plenty of forests.
Neat.
Hold on. So as you guys are traveling, the guy who does speak common, Ramonio, he's just gonna look at you guys. So, where exactly are you bunch going? Because I don't think you're gonna be heading to Margrasia just to meet our small town, right?
We're looking for a halfling duo, Jock Redrock and Seal O'Neill.
That's not a duo. One's a dwarf. And the other's a halfling, right?
Yes, dwarf halfling duo. Sorry.
You can only be so racist before there's a problem, Paxi. Just because they're short.
Jock Redrock.
They all
And
look the
Seal O'Neill?
same, Athenia. How do I tell them apart?
One who's beards and the other is short. Shorter than the others.
Wait, Swobo. Does Swobo have a beard?
No.
Swobo, you're a gnome?
Oh, and then the other one's skinny.
Swobo doesn't even acknowledge that.
That's Swolbo. Besides Swolbo.
I'm so confused, Athenia.
So, you say Jock Redrock and Seal O'Neill?
Yep.
Jock Redrock. That name sounds familiar. I think I might know where that was. That is true. The name is pretty common. Yeah, I know that. That must be it. That must be it. Never heard of him.
The fuck? You know what? I think even an
Little
insight
guys,
check
I got-
wouldn't tell me anything.
You know what? I've got some questions, but you can wait a couple hours
Yep, the sun
for
is
me to get a
currently
long
rising.
rest. I go to sleep to get my water.
I'm back.
Weeba,
I'm back.
Weeba.
Alright, so you guys continue traveling a bit more. Look you in.
Did somebody just say long rest?
So, yes, you guys get a long rest.
Oh, we do?
Yes, you do.
Cool, I
you
cast
travel-
Zone of Truth
Huh?
Cast Zone of Truth?
on the gnomes. Because they said, never heard of them.
Alright. You cast Zone of Truth. They're gonna make saves, because you just cast a spell out of nowhere.
Well, it wasn't out of nowhere. This was when he said never heard of him.
Oh no, you only just got a long rest after that conversation.
Oh, okay. In that case, never mind. I'm not going to do it. The time has passed. I'll save my spell slot.
Alright, so you guys are making a good distance through, so you're getting pretty close.
Does clearing your throat count as syllables? Are you?
Because keep in mind, it's 2 syllables. Perfect.
I'm gonna wait till
Anyway.
Ryu says 5 syllables, and I'm gonna whack him in the shins to see if he makes any noise.
Hey, that's not cool. Alright, so what's happening?
So let's see.
We're going.
got-
So just to confirm, we're going to
I'll be back.
Guji.
Yes, Guji.
Guji.
Currently preparing a few things because apparently did not get this fixed.
Understandable.
Why am I?
Dude, my arm is killing me.
Oh, from the jab, as some people call them.
Yeah,
Oh, you got your booster?
yeah, that's what I did today.
This was the only shot to
Nice.
actually lay me out. The others I had 0 reaction to.
Ooh, I'll take
Right.
this. So, hold on. Actually, we can take a very brief break if you guys want, so that way I can finish this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, pause.
He's back. Alright. So, you guys arrive after covering it through hills, passing a few trees every now and then. You arrive to the town of Guji.
Guji gang.
Shut up. You guys are down here. You can see there's an assortment of large buildings. It's pretty big for what seems to be a majorly halfling, gnome, and dwarf settlement. And you can see these two guys riding in the front. Every so often you see a warrior with an axe or some sort of weapon, and they would just stand aside, give a nod. Well, when he looks at you guys, he also gives you a nod. Welcome to Guji.
Well,
So, what do you guys
We've
do?
been in very dark maps until now.
yeah, this is bright.
It is right.
Oh, well, I'm just following them. Just following the donkey. Don't
As they
get.
continue on up ramp and stuff, they kind of just look at you. Well, welcome to our humble town. Not much to really offer here, but
What the f-
Yeah, what was that?
I will
I,
be
I
right
go
back.
around happy to finally be amongst normal-sized people.
Mm.
I go in.
I mean, yeah, we're just following the gnomes. They haven't really said anything, so I'm just following them. They seem friendly enough. Any objections?
I do not object.
That's also 5 syllable.
Next man. Oh, I'm level 25 now.
Oh. So what is the what is happening around the towns? What are these people we see? Are they also gnomes?
He's back.
Oh.
It's all just people using power drills off floor above. Anyways, yeah. So pretty small town, but make yourself at home. People here are kind of welcoming, but don't mind the staring. As you can see, you guys are getting a lot of eyes right now.
Yeah, we are like 3 times their height.
I'm not. I'm only 3 times their width.
Well, you're getting looks for you're getting looks for different reasons.
Furries.
So, what are you guys doing?
Is there a tavern anywhere, or a place to stay for those from out of town, or is it just kind of a small community?
Seems to be a small community. Doesn't really look like there's any sort of taverns here.
I was gonna suggest we follow what our guides have.
I mean, I could just break into one of their houses, and they have no choice but to accept me.
Oh.
Not necessarily.
It's got that.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
folk hero.
You have a folk hero, but what's a folk hero to a group of people who've never heard of you?
Have they
Most
not
people
heard
have
of the
never heard of me.
legendary hero troop that she single-handedly saved the avatar of the Platinum Dragon? Whose
Something like that.
What
name
now?
is on my sheet somewhere.
Yeah, they definitely will believe it. Have you heard the tale of the great
God,
paladin who
I
saved
guess
the
the wise-
avatar of the
Farsos.
Farsos? There we go.
Have they not heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
That's what I just said.
It's not something that they would tell you normally.
It's not a tale the Boomies would tell you. The Boomies is the
Anyway.
Sith, and I hate them.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah. Wait.
What a good line.
So you can see a dwarf guy approach you. So, what brought you here?
Alcohol.
So you're traveling with the gnome duo. Ah. You know what you
Alcoholic.
like.
We are looking for the gnome dwarf combo, Red Rock and Seal O'Neill.
Well, never heard of a Red Rock or a Seal, but I've heard of O'Neill. Well, a couple of them.
April?
Nah, that's a human from far away. Came once. Rather
Were
weird.
turtles involved?
Seemed very obsessed with stories.
I like
Rats.
turtles.
Do you have any pet turtles with her?
Anyways, so came here for alcohol. Cool. Not really the best town for us, though, shame to admit. We get most of ours imported from outside. We're really looking for alcohol, though. I recommend making a journey over to Redholf. They're some
Actually,
of the best.
if we could get some more of these, and I'll hold up the yellow diamond. Maybe a little bit more clear, but wouldn't mind.
Oh, you want the shiny rocks, eh? Well, if you want to trade, you gotta make sure go buy a chief, though.
Does nobody actually know what gems are by name here, or they just consider them shiny rocks?
We know what gems are. We call them shiny rocks simply because that's what they are. They're rocks that are shiny.
It's got a point.
Just like gold pieces.
Well,
Yeah, shiny metal. Anyways, welcome to Guji. Had a fun time here, although the parties aren't really parties. Honestly, if you came here to look around, you probably chose the worst town. He starts walking off.
Oh, we're in Margrasia now. Well, I guess they probably don't have to worry about Boomy's people coming in here. Oh well. To the chief guy. I'm assuming he's the big tent at the top of the hill.
You would have guessed.
You'll zoom out a bit.
Oh, when you guys start making your way up, you can see the two gnomes and our donkey talking to a dwarf that seems to be a little slightly bigger than the others. Pretty full beard. Pretty speaking really loudly and with a lot of joy. And he's really admiring the various bottles and stuff that the two gnomes brought. Like, ah, yes, this is perfect. Tonight we shall celebrate this new. What'd you say what these are? Oh, these are Autumn Blend. Ah, Autumn Blend. Yes, all the families, we shall now meet together at our hut. Although I don't think all of us could fit. Oh, and he turns, looks at you guys. So you are the ones who helped him out of that, problem. Welcome to the town of Guji. I am Eriko, acting chief and current one in charge of this small town.
Acting chief.
You just hear one of the halflings spoke of, yeah, we put up to a vote every year.
Ah.
Yeah. To be honest, the chief is not a permanent role. You see, every year we hold a vote to see who would become the new chief. And it is decided through many feats of strength.
I see.
But yes, welcome. Not so much we can offer you here, but a warm welcome is all but guaranteed. Anything we can help you with?
We are looking for the O'Neill clan? Family?
O'Neill. Does not sound like a dwarf family name. Nor a gnome. Is it halfling?
Yes.
Sad to say, my tall friend, I have never heard of the name.
Say, you wouldn't
Well,
happen to
that's
have any, artificers on staff, would you?
Artificers? Oh, we have plenty. All of us do a little tinkering, unless you talk about the magical kind. And, sorry lad, we do not have such. Any artificers worth their merit have already moved on to Red Hope to make it big.
Got it. So no one would be able to, like, imbue an item with a temporary spell.
Spells? Nope. Sorry, my tall friend. No magic here, or at least anything that's worth even squinting at.
Got it.
We work with our hands, not much for spells.
Well, I'm looking for some shiny rocks then.
Yep, looking for shiny rocks? Or if you mean gems, then yes, we have plenty.
Specifically, diamonds.
You mentioned about spells. I'm assuming it's for agents.
Well, we are an adventuring party, and adventuring parties get into some pretty dumb shit. So, in case one of us gets into some dumber shit than we're willing to deal with, we need diamonds.
Understandable. Although you must understand, for diamonds to be used for that, most of the things we find ain't big enough to, or worth enough. So to part away with some of them, you have to understand, we have to do a trade.
Sure. My understanding is as long as you have enough diamonds to meet the need of the spell, it doesn't have to be one big one.
That is a good point, but how much gold pieces are we talking about?
I would say about 300 gold worth.
That is a rather pricey sum. Right, we could give you about 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds, but you have to have something in exchange. Doesn't have to necessarily be straight up money. We could take anything else that we think would be valuable.
Absolutely.
Oh darn! What am I going to do with all this money then?
Would I be able to ask for a
Athenia.
discount for the safe delivery of your compatriots here?
Yeah. Yes. May I
It is a
help
fair
you?
point, but since I've been told you did escape from... you can understand why it kind of balances things out.
What does that have anything to do with us helping out your boys here get away from their own problems?
Yeah. What is he? Oh, he basically said that he has a point. Technically, we probably would have been turned in anyways. It's just them being there just escalated it faster. Am I right? Yep. So basically, we got to the violence faster. Alright, in that case, that's an excellent point. Alright, I cannot tell you exactly what sort of discount, but I'll say I'll be more lenient on what you have to offer. Also, you hear Athenia, you hear Wonton speak up. Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Athenia, offer violence.
No, I don't think I will, Wonton.
No, not for them. They seem nice. What I'm talking about, Athenia, is fight for them or something. I don't know, just
Ooh.
some sort of violence.
I'm going to look around my person begrudgingly as I literally have nothing left to give.
We can be your guards, I guess, if you would let us. How does that sound?
Gods? We do have plenty of warriors here already, so...
Nothing in
We're
those
not in
mines
a
that needs
dire need.
handling?
The mines themselves ain't much of an issue. We don't dig too far down, because if you dig too far down, that is when you reach trouble. Unlike what I've heard in Renhof, where they broke the golden rule.
Did they release
no,
a Balrog?
Worse than that.
Oh. I have a friend, a halfling friend here who's well versed in underground demonology lore.
Yeah, they keep trying to get this ring off me for some reason.
It's true.
I don't understand what you...
An
Anyway,
inside joke.
if you... yeah, just like old Romo, except everything he says is inside. Hey, don't worry, he's just having good fun about it. Anyways, we don't have any need for guarding or any of that sort, but if you're willing to offer services,
We are willing to help.
hmm. There has been one minor issue, but it's not something I would actually ask all of you to do. One of our own has gone missing, although I suspect that he went to no man's land. So honestly, that's a lost cause.
Ooh.
Are there
I
more
was
shiny
visiting
rocks
that place
in No
as soon
Man's
as I
Land?
heard of it.
The shiniest of rocks, honestly. If you're looking for diamonds, one trip someone made, they dared to enter no man's land, and they came back with a diamond as big as my fist. And the estimated
Well-
value was 5,000 gold.
So I hear there's a dragon in No Man's Land?
Yeah, you'd be correct, my tall friend. No man's land is the domain of a dragon. Not a particularly welcome one.
What kind of dragon?
That's the thing. We're not always sure. Some people said it was a red dragon, and then others said it was a bronze. You see, we got mixed reports. Something about it. People not being able to tell if it's either metallic or chromatic. And if you don't understand, there's a big difference between the two.
I come up front and I ask, did he look like me?
Oh,
He had a tail, probably.
what I've heard about your kind. It's huh? Oh, he's talking about Dragonborn. For a moment there, I thought you actually understood him. Yeah, I think it's something he said just kind of made me realize it. Anyways, Dragonborn. I haven't seen any of your kind in a good long while. Anyways, I honestly can't say. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I wouldn't dare venture over there, getting the eye of a dragon.
Wait, what is the translator's name again?
Ramonio.
Ramonio, does the name or the phrase praise Anagen mean anything to you?
Huh? Is it supposed to? Hmm. Oh yeah, you did hear that once. Where was that? I don't. Oh, that was a couple of years ago. Oh yeah, there was that one fellow there too.
Ramonio has zero inner monologue. Very, very cult leader-like, or cultist. I am suspicious.
But yeah, I haven't heard of it myself, but my brother Romo has. Apparently, there was some people in groups or something talking about this. What? Anagen? Yeah, Anagen. I think it was all the way over in Natharas or something.
The what?
Just a couple of years though, and it kind of just disappeared after a bit.
Fine.
They seemed like nice folk, were they? Oh, they were not nice. Oh. Never mind, they sound like quite the characters. Well, the good thing you stayed away from them.
Never mind. Well, let's go
Anyway.
kill a dragon.
Sure.
I did not say kill a dragon. I just see where if a lost own.
Yeah, how many
You know,
diamonds
we
would
go-
like a dragon claw or two get us?
If you find the right buyer, I can definitely see you would create quite the. Say the least, I'm not so sure how much platinum I can give you, but it'd be more than I can probably see in an entire lifetime. You see, dragons are quite rare nowadays, especially since the only known dragons around are the Guardian dragons. And obviously, they have deities. But then again, the remaining dragons left in the world tend to keep to themselves, and they seem to have... If you are going to go out there to no man's land, I must urge caution, because this dragon is most likely one of the more grown ones. So fighting him may not be a good decision. All I want to know is whether our friend, his name is Aelonin, or we just call him Ale. He's a rather adventurous little lad, and he thought he would try and get something worth a lot, so that way our town can have something good to trade. If you see him, and if you know if he's alive or dead, that is more than enough. You don't need to do anything else.
Kill a dragon. Got it.
Well, it's your funeral, lads. Your funeral. Just, if you do anger him, whatever that dragon is, please don't lure it back to our town.
Bring it back for an ambush. Got it.
Hey, I think he's joking. You're joking, right?
Not joking. Got it. And I just start walking away.
Of course he's joking. Why do you think the dragon would be alive to get back here?
He just looks at you, Athenia. You're not actually going to bring the dragon here, right?
No.
Definitely not alive.
Yes, your friend got me there. Well,
Question though. What? Okay, red dragon is fire. What does bronze dragon do?
Electric.
Shit. Well, would you have anything to buy and or trade for fire resistance?
we're just a small town, my tall friend. We don't have anything in terms of magic.
Damn it.
We do have some good ale if you wish to indulge, but
We got a couple of jugs of the fall stuff already.
that's when he looks at the two gnomes, and that's when he speaks, hey, we got a pretty good hammer glade for them. That's when he looked at the donkey again, noticed the two giant things that's making the donkey sag. Oh. Alright, just next time, please consult with me before you make such trades again. Anyways, if you wish to depart, then may Ivior and Rep watch over you.
Okay, bye.
Well, alright, so you walk away and leave.
I do.
So did we ever ask if we could stay for the night?
No. See, in fact, he's very keen on leaving immediately.
What
Do you
time
think-
is it?
Do you think they would know anything about remnants?
The sun is right in the middle of the sky.
Alright, I mean, sure, we don't have to stay for lunch or anything. Yeah, okay. Fun. Alright.
Violence! Hey, we're going to kill a fucking dragon! Yeah, right, Thadia?
It seems that Wonton here wants to commit violence.
You, Thadia, I am literally a shield of wanton violence. What do you think I am?
I don't know what I was expecting, honestly.
Yeah, me too, Athadia. Me too. So, also, Paxi, you hear Morning speak up. So, are you trying to, irritate them or something? With that whole... actually, I don't even know why I'm bothered. Yes, you are. This is you, Paxi.
Little bit.
So, what's the strategy on fighting a dragon?
The strategy was to get stuff to give us resistance against the dragon's element. They don't have any.
I mean, they don't even seem to know what the dragon is, so it's kind of hard to have a resistance when you don't know what element it is.
Yeah, we should probably figure that out first. And then maybe find some resistance against it first.
Although, keep in mind, a dragon is definitely very dangerous with their whole breath, but they are also very strong when it's just their claws and teeth.
That's Wolbo's job, not mine.
That is true, he does make an excellent meat shield that also likes to turn other things into meat.
Yeah, you and I are probably going to be far away from that, as we are squishy and taste good with ketchup.
Ketchup? I don't think I've heard of that. Is that a type of food?
You taste good with ketchup? Good to know.
It's a gnomish cuisine.
Explains why I've never heard of it. Maybe we'll find a lot of that here. Also, seems like we're learning a little bit more about these guardian dragons as well. I heard them mention the name Erviorin.
Hold on as I consult my literal list of every guardian dragon. Nope. Oh yes, the ever-changing dragon, protector of Margrasia. That's him. Wait, you don't think he's at the top of that mountain, do you?
It would be rather odd for a guardian dragon, because I thought they were like deities.
Neat.
Actually, now that I think about it, isn't that a little ironic? If the ever-changing dragon is like the guardian of Margrasia, and Margrasia happens to be land of, things like dwarves, who are known to be rather steadfast and unchanging. That's a little funny.
I will inquire about it in the next town.
Well, if we survive, that is. Alright, so you guys choose to leave the small town, and now your goal is to make your way towards no man's land.
I mean, I would...
Or is it?
Consulting with the party, I would say we make if we have the plan of assaulting no man's land, I would go someplace where we could get preparations and information first. So maybe the capital, maybe a different town.
What was it?
So
It was.
So we don't know what kind of dragon it is.
No information on, yeah.
It's supposedly not juvenile. So
Information?
yeah, information. So maybe we can get at least what type of dragon we're dealing with, and if not that, we can look for lightning and or fire resist items.
Okay.
So since all the tinkering people are off in Renholf, maybe we should go there first and get some potential. If we can find an artificer, they can make us what is it?
So what I'm hearing
revivify items.
So what you're saying, instead of going from here to here, you're saying go to here, then to here?
Yes, but well prepared.
It's a long trip. Okay.
What do you think? Are you?
Mike?
That's a fantastic point. I'm glad you brought it up.
He's thinking of how to condense his thoughts into 5 syllables.
Mike?
Hello? Unless he's muted.
Mike, no, he's not muted. He's just dead.
Oh, he's not. Dead Mike. Feels bad, man.
Rip Mike. I miss him.
Athenia, don't you believe in being well prepared? We have no health potions. We have no resistance of any sort.
Sure.
We just escaped prison. We're low on supplies, and you want to go fight an adult maybe ancient dragon. This
You
seems
bring up
like
an excellent point. However, there's one thing that you haven't considered. I'm rich and you're not.
Sure, all the money in the world means nothing if you don't spend it on something to keep you alive to get more money.
But what if I'm the dragon and I just like hoarding it?
Excellent point. We should still go somewhere else first. Oh,
Oh.
Mike DC'd.
I Mike.
Goodbye.
Goodbye forever.
We can go to Renholf and spend all your money first, then go to No Man's Land and earn it all back. By killing a dragon and stealing its hoard.
The new floor 7 jump quest is apparently very easy.
Well, we can go to Renholf. I'm fine with that idea.
To Renholf.
Alright, you guys have made a decision to go to Renholf, which will take you several days.
Yeah, makes
Well,
sense.
Well, it's a bit thinner, so it would probably take you like 2 days at most.
Oh, welcome back.
But yeah, with that decision to go to Renholf, this is probably where I end it here for now.
What, you can't throw another city together in like 5 minutes?
No, well, it's also 12 o'clock for me, so.
Yeah, the night is young.
All right.
Okay.
Well, geez.
Yep, we
Thank you
will
for
end
this
this for now.
session.